Welcome back to Exactly What I'm Saying. Today, I get to talk to an artist, a semi retired fire spinner, owner at Tannenblick Designs, and everybody's favorite new real estate agent. I'd like to introduce you all to my friend, Jenna Tracy. All right, I'm hitting record on that just for now. I'm giving myself a wave so I know. Wait, I always do this. I need to make sure I actually.
Wouldn't that be some shit?
Dude, there have been so many times where, like, I don't know, an hour in, or like if I get up and, if I get up, oh my bad.
You're fine. Oh my god. Okay.
You're good. You're good.
If you tap me, it's fine.
And this honestly, so, give me like a check real quick, and you don't have to go into it. I'm trying to get it.
Hello.
Yeah,
Can you hear me good?
honestly, I hear you pretty darn.
Hear me pretty good?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is probably where I'm gonna naturally be like.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like have it like if you go.
Can you hear me better or worse? Is it too much?
Do you want to put on the headphones? Do you want to see what you sound like? Make sure you feel good about it.
I already know I hate what I sound like on recording, but I'm sure everybody does. Okay. Yeah, I can hear myself.
And then if you go up, it's like real.
Hi.
Hello. Check. Okay,
Microphone.
I think
Sounds.
I think that's pretty good. I think
can hear the voices.
yeah, the voices are there.
The voices are in my head.
And this time I'm not crazy, Mom.
You're not crazy. No. The voices are in everybody's head.
Yeah. Some people like wearing the headphones, some people don't, so, you know.
I feel like I'll feel like more natural without them.
Like
we're
that's
just having a conversation.
exactly, and that's what I want. I want everybody to feel natural and comfortable.
We're just hanging out.
Dude, we're just hanging out. Yeah. Well, do you need anything?
No,
we're good. We're good to go.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Sick.
I'm ready, baby.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. Like seriously,
it's an honor.
It's been super fun, and I had like a list of women that I wanted to reach out to like ask on here, and you were like one of the first names.
Nice.
So
awesome. I'm honored to be here.
I'm stoked that you're here, man. So I guess I just want to talk about some of the cool stuff that you do, and I kind of want to first touch on what I see as like the origin story of Jenna. Okay. And I always think flow artist.
Yeah.
Do you still practice, play?
I dabble. It was such a huge part of my life, and it was there was a moment where it was so taxing. Like we were getting hired every weekend at festivals like across the country, and so you get to one. And you're always the late night set, too, because people buy tickets for the music, right? And then, late night music's over, then what? And now you got your fire performers.
Yeah, because you were doing you had a fire poi business. I wanted to ask about that.
Yeah.
How did that get started? Like, what made you guys...
So, I guess I saw fire spinning for the first time when I went to Terrapin Hill, a festival over there.
That checks out.
And it was just these two beautiful women, and they, had this whole, thing, this choreographed dance that they did together, and I was just like, wow, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And so I really just kind of I zoned in. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I really liked hula hoop,
Yes.
So I was practicing in my kitchen at the time, looking up YouTube videos and trying to teach myself the trick, and then I'd be like, all right, if I want to be really good, I gotta learn the trick, but learn how to do backwards too.
Yes.
So I shit, 8 hours a day was just trying to learn these tricks.
Just the hoop. This was the beginning of
the very beginning. Yeah. The very beginning, it was just the hoop, and then I got to spin fire for the first time at the Glassworks studio downtown.
Oh,
inside.
Sick.
Well, there was a bunch of people blowing glass, and they were doing the soft glass too. So it was these huge kilns, and so there was just hot stuff everywhere.
Yes.
All over the room. And
nothing flammable inside.
No, nothing flammable. We were super safe, you know what I mean? And so I felt really confident and comfortable in there, and that just kind of
Was it your poi, or did somebody have it and they just
one.
lit it and was like, you want to try?
I think I'm trying to remember. I think we went there because there was a different group of people that were just kind of jamming, you know, kind of just flowing around and jamming. So I went down to check it out, and I think one of the women that I had seen at that festival was there, and they let me use their hoop, which had like the wicks coming off of it, and those are on fire. And yeah, from day one, it was just so fun because like fire is scary and sketchy and like kind of like an untamable force. And when you have the opportunity to kind of like be in control of something so free and unpredictable, it was like a really meditative feeling for me. Yeah. Kind of like brings yourself like back into like the right now because
the whooshing of the fire too.
That's all you can hear is just the fire coming around you and like. Yeah, so that just kind of ignited like this whole just adventure of like my early 20s.
That's so exciting.
So like I started spinning fire, and then there was like this group in Louisville that would meet up every week.
Flow Jam? Louisville Flow Jam. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Louisville shout out.
Yep, Louisville Flow Jam. And they still do it every Wednesday at Melwood Arts Center.
Oh, sick. I was curious. Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah, they still do it every Wednesday. And so back in the day when I first started going, it was like a lot of my friends that we like all kind of learned how to do it together.
Yeah.
And then there was a kid named Matt O'Daniel, and
that name sounds familiar to me.
He's passed now, unfortunately, but
I think that's why. Yeah.
He was a huge inspiration in the flow art scene, and like he's still remembered and honored at flow festivals and stuff.
Awesome.
And he was like, no, you guys can't just be one trick ponies. Like, you can't just spin a hoop.
You can't just spin a hoop.
Yeah. So, mean, he would have us come to his house and we would drill.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like, he was really serious about it. We would drill it and drill it and drill it because, like, poi, it's the ball with the string, right? And, like, you spin it like this. And, like, but what it is mathematics, really. Is, like, you're creating shapes out of circles. So his whole take on
with the two, like you're even making non-circular shapes because you're using the two of them.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so cool.
So his whole thing was like, if you can understand how poi works and how the shapes work, then you can pretty much translate that into any other prop.
It's like the piano of poi.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically. So because of him, I actually like took the time to learn how to do poi because like at first I was like, I don't want to fucking do that. Like I'm a hooper, okay? I'm a hooper.
Yeah, okay, Matt.
Literally, and I was like kind of like about it,
Sure.
But now I'm like really grateful for that because it opened the door to double hoops and fans and double staff and like anything I could do because. My left hand is...
Do you mean literally two staffs?
I mean
two like
literally
hand staffs?
Two staffs, yeah.
Like almost
like you kind of like when you think of like Hawaiian spinners.
Yes,
how they spin really fast and they have the two or whatever.
Yes.
We kind of took a different approach to it. So like we have the two, right? But instead of going as fast as we can, like we almost go slow and like create shapes and like
I think
spin them in different ways to like get the math of like the shapes we were trying to get, the circles and stuff, because you can still make the circles even though it's a stick.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So learning poi really like. And, like, for all of us, we all, like, upped our game so much after that just because he was like, no.
Was this you guys trying to get to, like, creating a business out of it level? Or was this just for the love of the art
I think at first...
community? And...
Yeah, I think at first it had a lot to do with that. Just, like, finding another way to hang out together.
Yeah.
And then, again, like, Matt was like, no, we're going to do more. And he started Art After Dark. And that was the first fire tribe that I was ever a part of. And again, he was very serious. He was like, this is what we're doing. We got costumes, we're getting hired. We're going to be for real. We're going to be super serious about it. And we were super serious about it. And it was really cool. And then, he kind of opened that door to me. And then I kind of went off on my own. I started traveling more. I wanted to go to more festivals and just kind of explore the country. So once I left Art After Dark, I kind of did my whole van life thing, went to California and back, and then
love it.
I started going back to festivals again, and I kept running into the same fire troupe called Spun Out Fire Productions.
Oh yeah, Spun Out. That's the one that I think the most like the. Yeah. I've heard.
We were running around for a long time.
Yeah.
And so really, what it was me and my friend Katie. We were straight up homeless, just traveling in her car.
I love that.
With our two dogs.
I love that.
And I would say home free. We weren't home. We
exactly.
Chose this, what I mean? Like we wanted to experience like freedom, and we just ended up at festivals all the time because we were just like, well, we spend our week kind of exploring, trailing, like going hiking, like kind of taking in the scenery, and then we'd go party for the weekend.
Sure.
And I just kept seeing them, and I would just be like, can I spin with you guys?
please. Yeah.
And it just kept happening over and over, and every weekend I just kept seeing them, and eventually the coordinator of the group came up to me and he was like, do you just want to get paid?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That sounds great.
That sounds fantastic.
Like, that sounds great because I'm literally just kind of like out here just flopping around.
I don't know if you noticed, but I live in my car.
Literally, yeah. Like me and my dog were kind of a vagabond group.
Yeah.
Which that didn't change once I started.
Right.
So, you know, me and my road dog at the time, we kind of like went separate ways because I was like, I'm going to go do this now.
Yeah.
And so we like, you know, it just kept growing and growing and growing, and we were doing more and more festivals, and like we were trying to like build a stage for fire performers. And so we wouldn't just like cut out everybody else. You know, we weren't like, this is our stage. You can't sit with us. Like it was much more of an opportunity to like show people how fun and easy and accessible it is. Like, I mean, we had kids as young as 3 years old coming and spinning fire with us.
Yeah.
With their parents.
Sure. Of course.
Like we always had waivers and everything. And, you know, there was very much you know, we had safety meetings, and, you know, before, if you're new or something, you know, we go over like what kind of fuel we use and why, and, you know, what kind of clothes we got to wear and why, and like how to prepare. Yeah. Like how to prepare your mind for it, and not, you know, you can't be too messed up. Like, don't be coming in our circle all drunk and stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's how you get hurt. Like, yeah.
Fire still burns you.
And it's not that you can't even drink, but there's like a level of like... There's
a line.
There's a hard line.
There's a line. Like, to get a little liquid confidence isn't so bad.
Sure.
You know, a little liquid confidence is okay. But, you know, you can't be coming in there all sloshy and... You know, because accidents happen, you know,
for sure.
Like props malfunction, you know, or you're wearing the wrong clothes on accident and didn't notice, you know, like I've seen
hair.
My hair's caught on fire so many times.
Oh, I bet,
so dude. Many times. I mean, like we used to do, so one thing that was cool about Spun Out Fire, we were trying to do something a little different. Like everybody was just doing just flames, right? And so we wanted to make magic.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like when you kick a campfire and the sparkles come out.
Yeah.
So we were trying to kind of like recreate that. And like it's everywhere now, like charcoal spinning and stuff. And it just wasn't really around that much like 10, 14 years ago when we were kind of like messing around with it. So we were like making these cages that were like this big. And it was like all metal, right? We would like fabricate, like we went and had these things fabricated.
That's
we were like
so
doing the thing.
Sick, yeah.
And we were like grinding charcoal and like, you know, grinding all kinds of materials to try to see how we can get the best sparkle and stuff. And like,
was that one particular person's influence of like really diving into the science, or was it just big collab project?
You know, I can't remember who initiated it.
Sure.
But there was definitely like a core, like the core members of Spun Out Fire was like, you know, me, my partner Mo, Kyle, who was kind of like the leader of the group.
Okay.
The three of us definitely, not that we like, that was like the one thing that was like sacred, you know?
Yeah.
And like, you know, and it's not so sacred anymore. Everybody does it. But like back then we really felt like we had something special.
You did, I think. I mean, I like, y'all were one of the only people, that's how I was as familiar as I was you guys. Yeah. Like I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, we were trying to blow shit up.
Yeah, dude. No, I went to parties. I went to a party at your house one time, and it was the coolest thing ever. Marcus.
Yeah.
I can't remember his last name, but Marcus Price.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He and I was so funny. Earlier that day, saw him, like we both pulled up to a light, and he was jamming out to this song, and I was like, yo, who is this?
Yeah.
And then like it was dang, I cannot think of the name right now. But he like told me, and I was like,
was it like Claude Von Stroke or something?
No, it was like, it's like
because he was about that stuff back then.
Oh, dang it. It'll probably come to me later. But I was like, thanks, dude. And then he drove off, and then I ended up seeing him like, it was like the same day. I saw him that night at your house.
Nice.
So we were vibing super hard, and he was like, yo, check this out. And he picks up this super soaker that you guys had the little flame ball in front of it, and like
filled it
with white gas, and we're just blasted little flame. Like, man, that was just, like, wild.
We did some really crazy shit. Like, I don't know if I would do that again. Like, a lot of it was just, like, we were experimenting so much.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, because I never saw that that gun in your performances or anything like that.
Certain stuff didn't make the cut.
I felt like, I felt like you describing this process of, like, the water gun was totally one of those
That
things.
was one of those things where it was like, we were in my backyard. I remember that. I think it was, like, my birthday or something. And, like, that was one of the things that we had that was just, like, we would just, because, like, part of exploring fire was, like, finding boundaries, you know what I mean? And being like, well, that doesn't work, that fucking hurts, like, I don't want to do that anymore, you know? And, like, I think the Super Soaker was one of those things where it's like, this is just an us toy.
For sure.
You know, this is just an us toy, because, like, I don't know, over the years, like, you can start spinning fire and you can gain confidence and stuff, but it really takes, like, practice to have confidence with the flame, you know, to, like, to know that I can rub it on my skin and it not burn me, to not freak out, and, like...
Well, the white gas burns pretty quickly and at a lower temperature, too, right? Like, it'll still burn.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing.
It needs to be respected.
Like, over the time playing with it, you can understand that, like, it's not really the gas that's gonna burn you, it's other stuff. So
totally.
like for clothes, for instance, like, you gotta wear natural fibers, because the gas will just it'll like get your shirt wet, and then once it's evaporated, it's gone and it doesn't burn through your shirt. It's really just the gas that's burning. So as long as it's like a natural fiber, that fire isn't gonna melt through it,
because it wicks the moisture pretty well.
Yeah, it just evaporates. You know what I mean? So, like, if you were gonna wear, like, polyester or spandex or something, like,
you're going up.
Yeah, you're still gonna get wet, but instead of it just burning out, that fire is then gonna melt your clothes to your skin. Because it's plastic.
Yeah.
So it's more. So we learned a lot about, you know, like, the heat transfer and stuff like that. And, you know, when we do safety classes for people that have never done it before, we did propane bubbles a lot to kind of train people out of the fear of the fire. And so basically what you do, you just get soapy water, and instead of using helium or whatever kind of gas to make bubbles, you just blast it with propane, and it makes bubbles, right?
Really?
And then you can grab these handfuls of bubbles and you can light it on fire. And then the fire, as soon as the bubbles are gone, the fire is gone.
I should have hung out with you guys more.
The only thing you're left with is just a wet, soapy hand. And so this was a really good tool to show people, to, you know, like, people that are really anxious about the fire, they really don't want to get burned. Like, this is a really good way to show them, like, you know, as long as you're confident and you're, you know, do it. Like, just do it. You know, like, just, like, full send, like, just fucking do it. And, like, it was a really great, and I mean, people take propane bubbles, they'll, like, put them all over their body. Like, they, like, people will do performances, like, just, like super sexy, like, performances, and they'll put fire bubbles all over them. And, like, I mean, fire bubbles are a great way to train your brain not to be afraid of the fire.
So, like, literally, like, if I take my propane torch and I don't light it and I just stick it in bubble water and just that's essentially,
like, we had, like, a little bit more of a advanced
Sure.
We had, like, the tank with, like, the hose on it and stuff.
Yeah,
but you
like
probably,
a CO2 tank type deal.
Similar, yeah. But you could probably get similar results just doing that. You know what I mean? But that was a really great way to help people with the fear of it.
No, that's really cool.
And, like, that's kind of what, like, when I would go do. So once I started kind of going to a lot of festivals, I started kind of becoming, like, a popular. It was kind of, it was weird.
No big deal.
It was weird. Well, like, there's these expectations, right?
Well, you're, like, influential in the scene. You know, you're like developing new toys.
Yeah,
and, like,
it was fun.
Like, trying to really, like,
so we kind of got, like, this,
bubble.
You know, we were breaking, like, you know, it felt like we were breaking ground, at least. But, you know, like, so that's why the safety meetings are always super important. So at festivals, like, there's these flow festivals, right? They're a little different than music festivals, but, like, people go to take classes all day long.
Is that similar to Playthink?
Yes, Playthink is a great example. That's a good one here in Kentucky.
Shout out Playthink.
They have classes all day long, and they get instructors from some of the best flow artists, like, from all over the country, right?
Yeah.
And, like, they come and they share their craft and they teach you how to do it. And then at nighttime, you light everything on fire, and you get to practice the skills that you learned. And, like, it makes it so that, you know, if you're someone and you're seeing these videos of, like, these really cool flow artists, and you're like, I just don't know, how do I, like, get to learn how to do that? Like, flow festivals are a great way to just become immersed in it and, you know, get to ask all the questions. And, like, in between classes, you're, like, flowing and jamming with other people, like, picking up skills, sharing skills. Like, it's a really cool way to have a community. that's based around movement and art and
would you
math,
say if there's like anyone out there that like literally has zero experience, has never picked up a stick and like, you know, just starting from ground zero, that they would be like, they wouldn't be the only one.
Oh, yeah.
Like feel comfortable, feel open. Like nobody's gonna make fun of you. Like people are gonna be like,
it's not like that.
Yeah, cool,
you know?
cool.
It's not like that. Like, of course, you know, you're in every scene, you're always gonna get those like super egotistical people, and that's to be expected. But at Flow festivals, like you are like they want newbies to come. Like we want to show you how to do this. We want to help you open doors because like it's such a cool thing to be able to do, and like it's such a meditative thing, and you know, it's to be shared.
Yeah.
Sure. So like people that have never touched a hoop or have ever been around it before, around fire, like spinning or performance, like come see what it's about. Yeah. It's really cool, and like I mean, learning how to spin fire like made my confidence as a young person like explode. Like it gave me just this sense of belonging with my community. It gave me this sense of like I can do this, like I can do it, I can learn new things, and then I can like perform them in front of people on fire. Like it gave me this like huge boost of confidence.
Well, and it is something too, like to do extremely well, or at least at the level that you guys were performing, it takes like a very, very precise, like it's super precise and it's super particular, and it is math, as I learned today. And so it's so much more than just spinning things around.
I mean, you're thinking about, you know, the timing. Like it's a lot like music, you know, because you have, like, let's say you like toss something in the air, you gotta plan to catch it, right? And you gotta maybe make it look cool in the middle or something. So like timing is everything.
But it's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
And, you know, if you're like choreographed to like a song or something, it's like the same as a dance. It's like it's very similar to dancing and playing music. I'd say it's like both of those things kind of like put together. You've got a prop and you're also dancing with it.
And you're keeping that beat.
And you got to keep a beat. And you know, I definitely don't like, now that I'm a little older, my body hurts a little more now. Like I can't really be like rolling around like I used to. So I have taken like a huge step back from the fire scene, but and that's kind of why I started my clothing brand.
Sick.
So it's kind of funny how like the chapters of my life, they really do kind of, it's all one book, you know what I'm saying? Like they kind of do bleed into each other.
I wanted to ask if like if there was, I did plan to ask if there was a connection through you guys like running Spun Out, and then that like kind of, did that inspire or like straight up help you start Tannenblick? And it sounds like
absolutely. So as a performer in the festival world, a lot of people just want to pay you for exposure, right? They don't want to give you money. They don't really want to pay you for your time, especially as fire performers. You know, it's risky business. You know what I'm saying? It's risky business. You got to have insurance. You got to have all this stuff. So, you know, I kept finding like free food's
fire
awesome.
Insurance is not cheap.
Fire insurance is not cheap, you know. But like to just be getting offered exposure and like meal tickets was okay, but it wasn't at first, like, maybe, you know, at first maybe like when I was just experiencing freedom, that was great. You know, I would love to just come to your festival, share my art, and get to eat food. Like I would love that. That's great. But sustainability wise,
not so much.
So what we did as Spun Out Fire was we had a booth. It was kind of an art collective. So if we had stuff like art that we were selling, we could all put it in the booth, and that was kind of part of our contract. We have this big, beautiful booth, and everybody gets to put their art in it, and that's kind of where we hung out all day. You could come find that's where you can find us anytime at the festival. We're hanging out at the booth. Come hang out with us, and then at night we're gonna blow stuff up. So that so it's like
set the roof on fire.
So that was a really cool way, and having the SOFP booth, that was like my first real experience vending. It's because, you know, we get to the festival, we're building our stage, we're building our booth, and it really like gave me a taste of what it takes to make these cool things happen. Like,
and by building a stage, did you guys actually have like a portable stage? Like, are you just kind of like saying like, getting ours
like
wherever
our
we're
area.
performing. Yeah. This is
so we didn't have a portable stage because
okay.
we're burning stuff. So like we didn't have something sustainable enough that we could light it on fire and then take it to the next one. So it's a lot of just like setting up in a field. But
cool.
you know, Mo, he took that the next step. He was like, I want like you know, it's cool to just have fire, but like what about like bubbles and lights and lasers and like a sound system and like all this
see
stuff.
So much Mo, like
Oh, Mo took over with that kind
when
of
you were
stuff.
talking about like the developing of toys, I was like low key expecting you to be like, oh yeah, no, Mo.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get crazy with that, but Mo did go nuts with that stuff. We have so many toys at home that we don't even use anymore. But, you know, he kind of took that as an opportunity. He was like, I'm going to build us a stage, you know?
Yeah.
So he, you know, we had this, like, circular ring. We even had this geodome that we would build, and it was such a motherfucker. Because it was, like, all these pieces, right? And it's, like, 13 feet tall. So it would take us, like, 6 hours when we show up to a festival to build this freaking dome. But, man, it looked really cool at night. Because, like, it's all lit up, and that's where our, like, station was. So all of our gear and our fuel is safe from, like, the crowd. Like, you're not going to blow it up because it's in a dome. Like, you can't go in there. You know what I'm saying? So he really, he really took the reins on that one and just, like, made us a really pretty colorful stage to light up on. And, you know, going with that is, like, you know, trying to build we're just a bunch of hippies off the road trying to make something happen, you know what I mean? So, you know, we got our booth, we have our stage now, and now in my head I'm like, so now we kind of need to look like we're a team, right? Like we need to look like we belong together. So I started making costumes for us and like
sick,
you know, and I was shit at tie-dye. I tried it once and my homie was like, you shouldn't ruin any more shirts, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, fine. And so I started I made one stencil.
Were you doing real quick? Were you doing bleach tie? Like when you say that, maybe you should just stop ruining shirts. Was that bleach or
no,
was
that was
it
just color tie?
Colors? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Color tie dye. Everything came out brown. It just wasn't working out.
Sure.
And one time at a festival, and this is kind of like a side quest. I just had I had one stencil that I cut out of like a 5-star notebook front or whatever, like the front cover.
Yeah.
And it was just a bolt, like the 13-point bolt. And
cool.
I was running around just being silly goofy, like, let me put a bolt on it, you know, because, like, put a bird on it was kind of big. So I was like, let me put a bolt on it. And so, like, I was just, like, running around festivals, like, just, like, putting bolts on people's shirts and their chairs and their coolers. And it was just fun, you know?
No, that is fun.
It was just fun.
With, like, spray paint?
Yeah, with spray paint. And so I was, like, like, putting it on shirts and stuff, kind of like, And I was like, well, I'm shit at tie-dye, but bleach could be cool. And, like, we all wear black anyways because we're playing with soot. And so we come out of the fire show with just, like, soot and charcoal all over us. So, like, black clothes, but bleach. And so that's kind of what started. I started with one stencil. I still have it hanging up in my studio.
Sick.
Yeah, my old trusty bolt.
You have to send me a picture of that later.
I absolutely will. It's haggard. It's decrepit.
Oh, I'm sure it's been well loved. It's been well used.
So that's kind of how Tonablik started. And, like, I didn't think it was going to be, like, I didn't think it was going to be a brand by any means.
Sure.
You know, I was just like, I just want us all to look good.
How long have you been under the name Tonablik?
Probably over a decade now.
Okay, so wow, much longer than I thought.
Maybe like 9-10 years now that I think about it. Like, right, I think I'm like right at the cusp of the decade.
That's like a long time. Yeah. It's
been a hot minute. And so, you know, obviously when we started out, they didn't look that great. It was just like, you know, we had our SOFP and like maybe their people's little nicknames and like whatever, like random patterns of, you know, I'd take like wicker stuff or leaves or lace or whatever and just kind of like mess with it.
Yeah.
And people kind of like took to it really well. They're like, wow, you guys have like cool stuff. You're wearing cool shit. And I'm like, okay. Like, so I started making stuff to put in the booth.
Yeah.
Just to see
what would happen. You had a booth there anyway.
So I just kind of wanted to see what would happen. And I was like,
good response.
Like, okay. And I was like, well, that's making money. And this isn't, you know, like as much as it's fun and, you know, I love spinning fire. I love, you know, going to the festivals. I can still go to the festivals and just have a booth instead. Yeah. You know? And so that's kind of where my brain went of like, this shit is tiring. I'm exhausted. Vending didn't change. That didn't change. I was still tired, but like vending kind of opened the doors to not have, like I just post up. I got my spot. I can share my art. I can still spin fire if I want to.
Yeah.
You know, and...
But just as fun and... Yeah.
Less like, you know, I don't have to... You know, I have to make clothes, but I don't have to, like, practice for 8 hours a day like I was. And, like, make sure my body... Like, make sure I eat good and take a nap in the middle of the festival so I can stay up till 4 to spin fire for these freaking people. And, you know, vending was a lot easier for me in the sense that, like, they put you in a great spot. You know, pretty much every festival you go to, if you're vending, they put you in the bowl so you can see the main stage.
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't have to leave.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to leave.
Got a cooler.
I have a cooler. I got my dog with me usually. Yeah. Like, and we're just posted up, and I always bring a couch.
Oh, hell yeah.
I am not sitting in a camping chair for 3 days.
No, I love your style, dude.
I'm not doing it.
Bring a couch to a festival.
I bring a couch and a
Pro
mattress.
tip.
Yeah.
Like a not blow up mattress, like a real mattress.
Hell no. I bring a queen size air mattress. And you know what? Here's a trick. I'm just going to tell it because it's the best tip I've ever learned. If you go to a festival and you have a van, you got your mattress in there, right? Make the bed twice, especially if you have a dog. Because if it gets rainy and it's like panic, oh shit, gotta put the dog up or you gotta get up, you get your bed all wet. But once the rain is done, you just take the first layer off. Brand new bed.
Dude, honestly, genius. Because when Elizabeth and I were living in a van in Portland, there were several, and we didn't have Nami yet. So we didn't have the dog issue. Could not imagine trying to do this now with her, just how much more difficult it was. But we would literally, you know, we just went on this, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 mile hike in Oregon. It was raining the whole time. Like, our shoes are muddy. We're drenched. And
love that for you guys.
We live in our van. So like, we're not trying to just like walk in there. So it was like, literally, it was like, and it's kind of cold, so we would open the doors and strip. No, we would strip down.
Oh yeah.
We would strip down. We would throw our wet clothes in a bag, and then like step out of the shoes into the van, and then you know.
And then the van smells all weird the next day.
Oh yeah, it always stuff. When you live in it, it's just like
man. Yeah, I don't miss that part about van life.
Dude, we own, like, you know, we live in this house now, and we bought this house, and I love it, but we joke / unless you really want to do it all the time about just like selling everything, buying a real nice van, decking it out, and just like making that our life.
I probably have that thought at least once a day.
Dude, honestly, if I had like a shack or a studio or something, like I could rent like a studio space for a few $100 a month. Yeah. And then just like,
it's the having somewhere to come back to.
Yeah, that's like the little home base. Yeah. And then like I would love to travel the country again. I think I miss it. I miss it so much
too, but you know, things are different now, you know? Like,
big time.
Super different. The first time I traveled across country, it was me and 3 friends and 2 dogs in a Ford Focus, like tiny car.
I did it in a Hyundai the first time.
Oh God, it was like crazy. Like why did we do that to ourselves? We didn't have any money. We gas jugged all the way across country and back. Like we would literally dead ass.
Like you're just like at the like, hey, you mind throwing as much as you can into this?
We would play music
jug?
And we would hoop. You know, on the street, we would sing songs and just try to make it by the kindness of others.
So there would be times too that like you're like, we can't leave here. Yeah, we can't leave here until we get enough gas. That's crazy.
Dude, I don't know what we were thinking, but I mean, we started in Kentucky, got to Florida, from Florida all the way to California, and like lots of stops in between.
Why Florida first? Just
there was a festival down there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there was a festival down there. And this, like, I think I was 19, and we didn't have any money. So we were just like, let's just see what happens. And, like, we go down to Florida, and I think it was for Swanee, or it was a festival called Bear Creek at Swanee.
Okay.
We got down to Florida on, like, a Saturday night, and there's, like, this little Walmart down the road. And so we're just hanging out in the parking lot, just kind of, like, seeing, like, we're just like, let's see what happens. And this RV comes in, and they're festival goers, and they're like, we're over it, we're leaving. And we're like, can we get those wristbands then?
Yeah.
So we got some wristbands.
Sick.
And we get in the festival, and like, you know, I don't know if you've ever been to Swanee, but it's like it's a beautiful campground. It's got all the Spanish moss. It's all sandy.
Oh, I love the Spanish moss.
So beautiful. So we ended up staying there like, I mean, we didn't have anywhere to go. So we
like
were
after
there.
the festival, like the festival clears out and you're just still there.
Hanging out. Like, I think we hung out for maybe like 3 or 4 days until we were like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we went to New Orleans and then gas jugged all the way to California and back. And it was a crazy ride.
Dude.
You know, I could never.
With 2 dogs.
With 2 dogs.
That's sick, dude.
The dogs helped a lot. They were like, oh, you guys obviously need money. Look at these dogs.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, again, that was a chosen lifestyle. I think it was way worth the experience.
Totally.
Because, you know, like, if it weren't for other people literally being nice to us, we would have had to come home. You know?
Do you think that shapes how you view people in the same position?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Everybody's got a story, you know, everybody's been through something, everybody's going through something currently. Like, why be an asshole to anyone ever? You know what I mean? And it's
even if the answer is no, you don't have to be rude.
Yeah. And I mean, like, even if someone's just like asking for $1, I bet you got 2, share it.
Sure.
You know, it's not a big deal. And, you know, anytime I see, especially someone that was like my age at that time, like, you know, busking on the corner or just like flying a sign or something, pretty much always stop and give them something, you know, because I needed something from people. I needed it. It was like, how could I have had those experiences without having people kind of push me along? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nowadays, I kind of see that as, like, my cosmic opportunity to, like, help others just get to where they're going. Because, you know, with Tannenblick, I would hire, like, people to help me because it's just, like, a one-person thing. And then, you know, now that, you know, we're maturing into, like, my next phase, like, like, last year I had a small business rally. And, like, the whole point was to help small businesses, like, recognize their power, first of all. Like, you can do it. It doesn't matter. Like, just go for it, you know? Like, just do it. But, like, the whole small biz rally was to help people get their LLCs, like, become a legitimized business.
Teach them what they actually need.
Like, how to business. Because, like, a lot of times it's people that are just artists. They just want to share their art. Like, they just want to do it. And, God, I feel you, you know? I wish we didn't have to do all this stuff we do. And so it's, like, if we can just, like, help people get a little bit of education on how to pay your taxes, how to do, you know, 1099, and, like, be an LLC sole proprietor, and just, like, be that boss bitch that is inside every one of us. You know? And it's, like, so that was the whole point, is, like, trying to help small businesses, like, realize their power, you know, get those paychecks coming, get those orders, like, get heard, get seen. Because I just want to build people up. Like, I would not be here if I didn't have people believe in me, too.
Heck
you know, and so it's just like a lot of that woo woo shit. Like, you could do it. Like,
dude, honestly, I
really
want to come to the
stuff.
small business rally because, like, I feel like anytime I have the spark to do something, I'm always held back by not really. Like, I just need someone to show me. I can't. I know I could Google it. I could figure it out, but I'm like way too just like. You know, and like we're so drawn to like our devices, and it's like, you know, I'll start doing that, and then I get a notification. Next thing I know, I've been scrolling on Instagram for 2 hours. So it's like I need someone to just
like a real in person, like focus. You know,
focus.
Not only
like
that,
we're talking,
but like you get the opportunity to meet other small businesses.
Totally, and that's like a thing that I really. You know, like I'm now just kind of seeing the potential of what I hope that this podcast can be. And I just like really want people, I hope something that happens is that people learn that there is like a small business, real person that you've probably walked past in your life that does this thing that you need or want. And, you know, just like a way of like helping support local. Because sometimes, you know, even if you Google the thing, you get 100 million sponsored ads first. And you just.
You like for me, like I want like a person with a phone number that I can call and be like, what's good, because
exactly,
you know, whether it be like if I need like some pottery made for a gift, or you know, a plumber, or you know, an electrician, like we're all at this age now where we have these really cool professions,
totally,
and it's like, you know, maybe we just haven't had the time or the exposure to like get our names out there. But by golly, I want to help people's names. I want to only use small businesses. Like,
yeah.
Like, I want to use local people.
As much as you can.
As much as you can. Like, because there's so many. Like, everybody, there's someone for everything.
We're really trying this year to, like, get as much of our groceries from farmers markets.
Nice.
Yeah, like, try to get our meats through the farmers markets, and, like, a lot of times meats there, they already have frozen, so that makes it easy. We just bring it home, throw it right back in the freezer, and then
have a cooler in the car.
Yeah, and then get our produce. Like, it just, like, it looks better, and it feels better, and it tastes better, and it just like is better.
It's just better,
and you get out into, like, the outside.
Yeah,
fresh air, community. Like, it just is so good for your, like, mental and I think physical being.
I mean, overall, because me and my friend had this talk the other day about how, like, we are, like, searching for serotonin and dopamine all the time, right?
Yes.
And when we look at our phones and, like, we're scrolling, we get such fast, like, bam, bam, you got it right now. You want that feel good? Here you go, bam. And so it's like, because we're so, like, trained to get our serotonin so quickly through these swipes and these scrolls and these likes and these comments, like, it's almost like harder to get it naturally, you know?
It is.
Like, naturally from, like, oh, that's a pretty flower, or, like, I just completed the dishes and I feel really good about it. Like, it's like almost like you got to go scroll now to get the reward.
Yes.
And it's like,
yeah, being, like, sitting down and being consumed by this device is your reward.
Yeah. And I'm so guilty of it. Like,
oh, dude.
I'm so guilty. And I'm like, ooh, like, I'm always just like, why? Like, why do I feel like when I complete a task, I gotta go, like, I have to, like, make time to go scroll on the couch for a second.
Sure.
Like, I literally do that.
That's your
like,
break.
Yeah, that's my break. But, like, why can't I just, like, go, like, outside?
Yeah.
Or, like, call somebody or something. But, you know, so I, like, that's, like, the whole small business thing, small business rally, like, vending, all that shit, like, getting back out and people, like, be peopling. Like, just be peopling, be naturing, be, like, out there and stuff. Like, we need our phones. Technology is going to help us progress and everything. But yeah, I the whole doom scrolling.
But yeah, but don't get caught in the doom scroll. I certainly, like, I've been guilty of it. I am still guilty of it.
Well, and
but I go through phases, really. Yeah. Like, right now, I'm in, like, a pretty good, like, I get on social media to contact people.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm, like, trying to do this editing and, like, a lot of times even TV.
Thing. It's like, when you have a small business, if you're not on social media, you are obsolete. Like,
oh, yeah.
You don't exist. And it's like, so that's the one reason, like, I'm on it all the time because I gotta promote.
Totally. And, like, I'm, like, doing, like, some research, and I'm seeing what other podcasts do that are, like, you know, there's a famous person who started it, so obviously they're starting up here compared to me, but they've got a team to do it. But clips of, like, the episodes and stuff, and, like, I don't want to start a TikTok. I don't want to make clips.
But you might have to.
But I think I'm gonna.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna finally get a TikTok just to promote it. We'll see at first.
Yeah,
I might just do Instagram if I start to get some traction there, but not what I want. I don't know.
Wouldn't it be cool if, like, we could walk down the street and see telephone poles, like, littered with flyers again?
I miss
and pull tabs.
I miss that. There's an argument to, like, the trash.
Yeah, true.
And, like, litter that it contributes to. But I mean, we can make it biodegradable, and it's so much better.
Like, it was just, like, so much, like, I don't
posters
even know.
in the windows of, like, flyers in the windows of businesses, and,
like, it just seems like the loneliness epidemic, you know?
Dude, no, we're so disconnected, and then it's like with the algorithm on Facebook and or social media in general, a thing that often happens to me is, like, I'll see the event is happening 2 days after it happened.
Right, yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, why am I getting it now?
So
like, it's infuriating because I was off and I would have loved to have been.
Yeah.
I was sitting on my couch doom scrolling, wondering if anything was going on tonight.
And lo and behold.
There was.
Yeah. But
you
didn't go outside to find the poster.
And it looks like people had so much fun.
Right.
But but if you know, you get outside, but then when you're outside, there is less of that promotion.
There's so much less. So it's like, it's almost, you know, because, like, as a vendor, I'm in all these, like, vendor groups and stuff, and we have all these conversations about, like, what makes and breaks a market. Like, area is a huge one. You know, like there's you know, a couple places that have these like really cool atmospheres, and like they have all these little small businesses in them, but like they don't really get much foot traffic because it's like maybe they're not promoting that well, or like maybe they're just like in a really weird like area of town or something. And so like, you know, I'm in like some of these groups where we kind of like try to like debunk like how are we gonna like fix this, or like how like what markets are better for others, or like, because some people have like really niche like stuff.
Totally.
Like I got really niche stuff. Like I can't go to a farmer's market and make money. Like,
you don't think so?
No, I don't think so. Because it's like people are there for food. They're there for kind of like homey stuff.
Maybe a farmer's market. But what about like a flea-off market?
Flea-off market, man.
Maybe.
Shout out to Flea-off market.
Shout out Flea-off.
Man, they have hosted me for years, and you know I love Flea-off market.
Yeah, it's a
like
blast.
They have created such a cool space for local artists to just kind of like, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like, you never tried it before, try it here. You know what I mean? And kind of see what's up. And, you know, like they have such a good following and like such loyal like patrons and vendors, you know, like I love Flea-Off Market. And, you know, like they used to have it at that one parking lot.
The corner of Market and
Jefferson.
It was like the corner of like Jefferson and
I don't even know. But it was over there.
Where Fresh Start is.
Yeah, where Fresh Start is. And now like Fresh Start is like, I actually want my parking lot back. And like they like filled it with plants, and I'm like,
no, that's Plant Kingdom.
Oh, is that Plant Kingdom?
Plant Kingdom took over. They bought that.
Then I got beef with Plant Kingdom.
Dude, I do too, because one, they're a big corporation, and then like Fresh Start is there.
Right.
Cool local business that's been there forever.
Damn.
And then they fill the entire parking lot with Plant Kingdom stuff.
Damn.
Like,
I didn't realize it was that deep.
I didn't either. I thought it was Fresh Start had expanded.
That's
and
what
then
I
like
thought.
I walked in and like I realized that it was not. Oof. I think I might have walked in with the plant.
Yeah.
Into Fresh Start.
And you're like, they're like, that's not my plant.
And I was like, oh.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty lame.
That's whack.
Kingdom. Like, real dick move.
That's real dick
Not
move.
only did you take the place for Flea-Off.
Yeah.
But you also
fucking thrived there. And it does thrive. Like, they've had it, like, at Trellis and Logan Street Market and all kinds of other places. And, you know, but sometimes it is hit or miss. And, like, sometimes it's, like, you know, what the weather's doing or, like, if there's other things going on. Louisville be popping.
Louisville be popping.
There's
a lot going on.
So it's like sometimes there's just too much going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you've been, like, sometimes that's out of your control, you know?
Yeah.
You can't change it now.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? The vendor community is so awesome, and we all support each other, and it's very much like a, you know, like you sit next to your vendor neighbor, you become best friends by the end of the market. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's really cute. Like,
that is cute.
Just like kind of having that like support, because like at the end of the day, you know, we're all in this together. You know, sometimes we all make money, and we're all like, hell yeah! And, like sometimes we're all like, that was a rough day, and it's just, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But that's like something to expect, and you know, as like a small business, it's just like for me personally, I've leaned more like flow festivals because that's how I got my start, right? Like I started as making clothes for fire performers because they don't light on fire. Because like back to our
not even just your crew, or
not even just my crew.
Okay, cool.
Like,
that's so cool.
Well, it started with the crew, and then as the brand grew, I guess it's like weird thinking of myself as a brand. That's a little weird, but as the brand grew, I was able to market myself for flow festivals like Playthink, like Kinetic Fire and Flame, and like all these other festivals around the country, because I can sell clothes to your patrons that aren't gonna melt to their skin.
Oh, yeah.
So like now I've like opened up the door to like I can make clothes safe for your performers.
Totally.
And so that was like exciting for me, because
that are stylish,
that are like fun, and like I can customize them too, you know, because it's like sky's the limit. Like there for a while I was making, because like we made clothes for SOFP, so I was like I could market and make costumes for other fire troops and stuff, and so I was just like making all kinds of stuff and like using all kinds of stencils and like getting all kinds of designs from people, and God, it really blew up. It was like kind of
so
crazy.
Fun.
It really
blew
up, and I just, you know, one person army, and that's how like social media became like such a necessity, because it's like if I have to do this by myself, you know, and it's like, you know, sometimes I'll hire my friends to like help me and things, and you know, as much as we talked shit about social media, it really did like catastrophically change like everything.
Well, it makes connecting and networking
sharing products and getting hype, excited. Like I have a drop coming up March 14th, and I've just been doing nothing but sharing like progress stuff and
totally
just the hype, and it's so exciting because it's like I'm like, oh, they like it.
Yeah. It's so crazy because it's like it is like necessary and there are a lot of benefits, but you got to make sure you're still getting out there and meeting people face to face and
that's why
shaking
is so
hands
important,
and giving hugs.
Yeah, like being a real person in like the thing, and like that's why doing the small business rally is so cool because you get the chance to get them all together, and like we can all meet each other. We're real people, just trying to support one another.
100%. No, that's so exciting.
And like so
fun.
So I guess now that we're bleeding into the next chapter. Because Ton and Blick, I think I was doing that solely. It was the only thing I was doing for like
a while,
a long time.
I thought so. Yeah, like it's cool.
Long time. I think maybe like 7 years it was my only job.
That's so. Congrats, man.
And I never went viral. I never had. It never got crazy.
But you didn't need
to.
But
it paid the bills.
Yeah.
And like I didn't really need it to go like that. I didn't really want it to go like that.
You had your studio in your house.
My studio's in my house. Yeah. It's awesome. It's like just down in my basement, and like I just got all my things. I can just go upstairs and do a dab phone and come back.
Sure.
And I get to have my dogs with me because that's really important. I'm like me and my dogs like. I have more separation anxiety, I think, than they do.
That's hilarious.
That makes sense.
That is hilarious.
I just want to hang out with them all the time. So doing Ton and Blick, like, as it grew over the years, like, festivals constantly, all over the summer vending. But damn, the weather. That's how I learned the two making the bed twice thing. Is because vending so much in the weather, it was just, like, you got to account for that kind of stuff. And it's just, like... so it took years of practice to, like, build a booth that can withstand a rainstorm that's crazy.
Yeah.
And, like, be able to have a plan to take everything down in 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Because, like, there were festivals that I went to, like, when I was younger, before Ton and Blick and everything. Like, I went to a Wakarusa one year with my buddy, and, like, we were just kind of, like, we were, like, helping a vendor. Like, we weren't really, like, there with them, but we were, like, kind of, they were our friend, and we were there to support.
Yeah.
And I shit you not, there was a freaking hurricane.
No way.
And there was this booth that was, like, super mature. It was, like, a 20 by 40 booth, and it was all t-shirts, right? It was huge. All of these shirts were, like, displayed so well. I saw this tent, like all of its legs all at once, just, like, lift. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn.
Whoa.
And, like, all their clothes, like, just, like, kind of, like, straight up. They, like, tornadoed up in a way. And, like, everything got destroyed. And that imprinted in my brain so hard. I was like, I am not going to go out like that.
No.
And, like, I'm not going to go out like that.
No, yeah, you had the emergency evacuation.
And I tell you, like, if you vend with me, like, I usually bring a buddy, like, somebody, whoever's free to come help hang out with me for a weekend. And if weather happens, I change. I'm a completely different person. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like a completely different person. I get like this. I become this like anxious mess. It's awful. Like, people make fun of me for it. I make fun of me for it. It's ridiculous. It really is. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be fine. But yeah, there was a lot of like learning how to like. How are we gonna not only
harness
just
that anxiety,
be here, but like survive here
yeah.
and like make it work? And when you're selling clothes, it's like as soon as that gets muddy or wet, you're not selling that at all. You know what I mean? So it's like. A lot of that.
At least not this time.
At least not this time. And, and sometimes that can suck. Vendor fees, like, for big festivals and things, they can be, like, pretty high.
There should be, like, some sort of, like, refund, I think. I know there's not. Yeah. Like, even tickets when they have to evacuate festivals, a lot of times people are just out of that money.
Yeah, because, I mean,
and
like...
it sucks.
So, I guess that's one thing we kind of skipped over was the festival part that we were doing. Like, because we were throwing festivals, too.
Yes, I know. Yeah, you up in New York, right?
Up in New York, yeah. So...
Was that under Spun Out?
That was under Spun Out.
Okay,
cool. So, Spun Out Fire used to throw a festival called Nights of Fire.
Yeah.
And it was just like the Flow festivals, except we wanted to do it a little different because we were doing so many music festivals. As a flow troupe, we wanted to kind of combine the two. And not only that, but, like, have music that you wouldn't typically hear at a festival. like we had my brother's band Wolf Piss play.
I know. I was gonna say that. That's wild. It's so wild to think about.
And like they really shook it up. I think because like we had all kinds of bands. Like we had R&B, classic jam bands, DJs, hardcore metal bands.
Were people into it?
Oh my god!
Or was it like, oh god?
So at the end of the festival that year, as everybody's kind of like filing out, we had somebody asking, so what was like your favorite part? Like who was your favorite act? Like what was the thing that you took away? Like we were just trying to like be conscious and like, for the next year,
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody said Wolf Piss was their favorite act.
I mean, they put on a great show.
And what was funny about that is like we paired a Wolf Piss with a fire clown.
No way.
We had this fire clown, and he had this giant dice, and like he would roll the dice, and whatever it landed on, there was like a board, and he would pick this ridiculous fire stunt. And so Wolfface would be like playing the shit, and like he'd be doing this crazy stunt, and then they'd be like, skirt! And he'd roll the dice again, and then be like, and they'd get back into it. It was ridiculous.
Sick.
They had his one buddy. I can't remember his name. I think it was like Drew or something. And
Drew Vincent.
Yeah,
I've known him since 7th grade.
He came, and his only job was to be covered in blood and roll around on the ground in chains.
Amazing. Fantastic.
And they had the masks on and everything. I mean, it was a riot. Like they really loved.
They're a good show. They're a lot of fun, and they're all such good.
They're
theatric people. Yes,
they're performers.
They're doing more than just music. They're performing.
They sure did.
They do.
They sure performed their little butts off. But I guess my back to my point was, like, throwing that festival, you gotta account for security, medical, bathrooms. You gotta make sure there's bathrooms for these people. Insurance. Then it's hiring the bands. Then it's hiring hospitality. And then it's like, who are you gonna have do food? Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do that? I mean, there's so many moving parts. And like me, I had the easy job. I was just hiring people to teach flow classes. Like that was like the easiest job that I had.
Sick.
And like Mo and Kyle, bless their hearts, like they really had a lot of work.
They were putting in work. Yeah.
They had really a lot of work to do. And so like, it gives me a little bit more empathy when people have to cancel festivals due to stuff like weather, because it's like that's a hard decision to make, like when you put, because these people they spend a year plus planning this event. I mean, when Mo was doing Scampi, Scrim Scampy, shout out Scrim Scampy. I didn't have a boyfriend for the whole year. You know what I'm saying? Because he's working, and he did that by himself. I wasn't helping that one because I was so busy doing my thing. He was doing everything by himself, and I mean, like, and not only just doing it by himself, but funding it by himself, and like curating this whole experience. And it's so much work. It takes so much of your person and like your life, like your home. Like, I mean, our home became Scampy headquarters. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it can make or break you. So when festival promoters have to make that tough call, like I'm telling you, it is not easy.
It's not. Yeah. No, I believe that. We had to call honestly.
Nights of Fire one year.
Really?
We had to do it once, and it was
the weather.
Because I can't even remember what it was for. I just remember being really mad.
I can't imagine a reason of doing it besides
weather and funding, because like it's like
that's I think you would remember if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, like, just getting enough porta potties to make sure that your patrons have somewhere to go to the bathroom, like that's a big check.
And then probably cleaned every day. Maybe I don't know. If it depends. Like
hopefully
I don't know.
They're cleaned every day, but it's just like that's a big, like, sometimes people don't take into consideration like how much really goes into just planning these things. I mean, this could be someone's like whole life, like putting into this one weekend just for you to have a good time. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I have a lot of empathy for promoters and people that throw stuff like that, because it really takes everything you got.
No, I appreciate you saying that, honestly, and like I have always said, or at least I've said for a long time now, because working in service industry and working for a lot of small locally owned businesses throughout my life, we all know those people that come in and know the owners and like are expecting free stuff or want free stuff. And I have the opposite approach. I'm coming in. This is my friend's small business.
Right.
I want to buy the beer.
Right. Give me the most expensive thing on the menu.
I want to pay for the beer. I want to buy, like, pay for my food and, like...
Yeah. And, you know, like, I'm glad you brought that up because it's like, you know, a lot of people... They want the freebies, and they're like, you're my homie, of course. Like, and, you know, it's really hard for a friend to be like, no, you can't come in for free. I love you so much. I'm sorry, no. It's hard. So it's like, people get put in this position where it's like, you really want people to come, but it's like, everybody wants to come in for free. You don't want to tell them no, because you don't want no one to come. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, promoters get put in sticky spots a lot, and it's
and they do have to front the cash usually to the band.
I mean, yeah.
And if not enough people show up, it's out of pocket.
Yeah,
you just do this event. You just do this event and lost money.
It's a huge risk, and it's like, kudos to the ones that are willing to do it because like without them, we wouldn't have shows to go to. And it's like, yeah, some are better, you know, some have a little bit more practice than others, right? But it's like, it's these small grassroots communities and promoters that are really making the experiences that we want to be in.
And a thing about it too is that, you know, thank God we do have some people that are experienced now and more established, but getting established and learning from those mistakes and learning how to do it is oftentimes a huge loss.
Yeah.
And could break that promoter. They just cannot, they can't sustain throwing another $1,000 party for somebody.
And like, you know, like the small biz rally thing, like if you're like a new business, like getting your LLC, we typically say like, or like the rule of thumb is like, don't expect to get paid for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, it might take that long for you to get like enough momentum to actually make money off of your craft or whatever you decided to do, or like get your payback from, you know, if you had to take classes, if you had to get licensed, if you had to like, you know, do all these things, like that stuff costs so much money. So it's like, you know, it might take 5 years to actually get a reward from all of your hard work. And
100%.
Some people can't, like, you know, it's hard out there.
You're running your small business and you got a job.
You got a 9 to 5 and a 9 to 5, like, or a 5 to 9, right?
Yeah,
like,
you got a 9 to 5 and a 5 to,
you know,
whenever I pass out.
Whenever. And so it's just like, yeah, so promoters, small businesses, like, so much props. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's, you know, doing stuff like this is really cool because it's giving more people giving people like me an opportunity to like talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, and like maybe like share some insight of what it takes to be, because like I've been a sole proprietor since high school. Like, I have not worked for a boss. Like, I am my own boss.
That's amazing.
It's scary, and it's a lot of work.
There were times that you were jugging.
For sure, jugging.
But look at you now.
But look at me now. I put gas in other people's jugs. Yeah, well, I'm trying.
I put gas in other people's jugs.
I'll try to.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, yeah, it's crazy just to have, and, you know, I've, like, as I grow up, I noticed just this need to do more. And I don't know if it's because everything's more expensive or because I've just, like, you know, when I thought about Tonnenblick for a while, like, the fire thing was really cool. My body just can't do it anymore.
Sure.
And then, like, the clothes thing, like, it felt good to have something that was mine. But then I was like, I would think about it, and I'm like, really? I chose to bleach dye clothes as, like, this is it? Is this it, really? And it just
you do so much more than bleach dyeing, bro. Like, everybody, look at this hoodie. Like, seriously?
It's
what?
But I guess, like, I don't know. I'm a climber, and I just was like, this can't be it, right? This can't be it. Sure. Like, you know, I felt like I'm hitting the ceiling when it comes to, like, okay, I'm bending. I know what that's like. Maybe I just get bored. I don't know what my problem is. I just be getting bored. And so I'm like, all right, next, please. And
same. You know? I had to really, like, hone in on my hobbies. Like, I was like, I cannot take on a new hobby. I have to stick with the ones that I've got and maybe get rid of one.
Yeah.
Or, like, put it on back burner.
Yeah, or just, like, kind of, like, reassess, you know? And, and, like, with Tonnenblick, like, holy shit, it opened so many doors for me, and it's such an awesome thing. But I guess I just started having these thoughts of, like, is this immature? Is this, like, really? Like, this is, I felt this, like, call that I could do more.
Sure.
I felt like this was, like, my how do I say this? Like, I started this business in my 20s, right? And it felt kind of like adolescent.
Yeah.
And, like, now that I'm growing up, bought a house, I got these dogs, me and my partner are hella domesticated now. I'm like, it just felt like a new chapter.
How long have you guys been together?
14 years.
14. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah, so it's because I met him spinning fire, too.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. I remember one day, like, how it felt to me. Like, I feel like I remember one day it was like you came home and it was like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my sister. And then there's this, like, 6 foot something boy with, like, dreads down back. Yeah.
No, that story is crazy,
He's
too.
He's been around ever since.
Like, you know, because I had my friend that I was traveling with and we were going to we were, you know, exploring and then going to festivals on the weekends. Well, when Spun Out Fire asked me to be a part of their thing, like, she wasn't really into that. So we kind of split ways. She did her thing, I did my thing. Sure. And so the first festival I ended up at was Spun Out Fire. I was going to have to hitchhike home.
Dang.
And I was, like, not looking forward to it. And I had met Mo at a festival prior to that, like, before this one. And I guess I was being all cocky. And I was like, you got your candle too close to the fuel dump. You're going to blow up. And, you know, I probably thought he was really cute because he was. Sure. And I was just like, I know what I'm talking about. I'm in Art After Dark. Like, yeah. I know what I'm talking about. And he was just like, sure. And like, just proceeded to do his thing. And it totally embarrassed me at that moment because I was like, oh yeah, you're totally right. Like, that's totally fine. I just wanted to talk to you, you know? And so, you know, that whole experience fizzled out. And then I come to see them again and, you know, he likes to remind me, I don't think that, like, I'm like, I don't remember that. I think the first time I met you was at this crazy festival. It was at this, like, it was in Virginia. Remember the Camel from the Camel cigarettes commercials? Of course.
Yeah.
That Camel was there.
With the sunglasses?
He was there. At this festival. That's where he lived. We had a party at his house, okay?
Oh, really?
At the Camel's house.
Really?
I have pictures of us with the camel and our SOFP sign.
Please share those with me later.
And it's so funny because I'm so young. My dreads are like this long. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, like, my road dog at the time, she, like, basically just dropped me off at this festival. She's like, I'm not hanging out here. And she bounced. And I was like, cool. And I was
Who doesn't want to hang out at the Camel's house?
Man, it was kind of a weird farm. I'm not gonna lie. She had every right to leave, but we had a job to do, you know.
Sure.
And this was my first job with Spun Out Fire. I was not gonna bail, and you know, I already knew Mo was cute.
Mm-hmm. You're trying to impress.
And I'm like, I'm not going to bail on this cute guy. And so once my ride was gone and I'm like trying to figure it out. And, you know, he's got this big ass Astro van and stuff. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. I don't have anything.
Right.
And I have an LL Bean backpack. And so that festival ends and, you know, I'm like getting ready to like, just like hitchhike home. I'm like, I'll just get my bootstraps on. Let's go. And he was like, well, I'm not doing anything next weekend. And I was like, well, there happens to be a festival at Terrapin Hill next weekend.
Yeah.
Do you want to come? And so him and, like, how I had a road dog, he also had a road dog. So him and his road dog, his name was Sean, whatever. And they ended up coming with us. Well, they drove me.
Oh, you meant road dog as in a homie.
As a person.
Yes.
That's what we always used to call him, like, you're my road dog and stuff. Like, I had mine, he had his, mine left me, his stayed. And so they took me to Terrapin.
That's so funny because I was like, I don't remember. I was like in my head thinking, I don't remember Mo having a dog.
Nope.
It was Sean.
Yeah, it was Sean. His dog's name was Sean, and it was a person. And so I took them to Terrapin, and like this was, you know, they're just some little small town Ohio boys. Like they'd never really kind of like been to a place like Terrapin where everybody is just like your best friend already. And
Sick.
It's just such a free place, and you can do whatever you want, and express yourself and. You know, so they fell in love with it. And, you know, what's funny is it was so humid that weekend that it broke his car. It broke his van. Like, we couldn't start it. And so it started this joke that Kentucky is as wet as its women and its liquor.
Yeah. Kentucky is as wet as its women and its liquor. Yeah, amen to that.
It broke the van, dude. It broke the van. Like, we couldn't drive it off the festival ground. Like, it broke.
That's wild.
And I still can't. I guess we had someone come fix it or something because it ended up like, because this Astro van was fucking legendary.
Yeah.
Like we drove it everywhere. Because like once I got with him and he's in Spun Out Fire, we're doing festivals every weekend. So I just lived in the van. I was like, this is my home now.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, so that Astro van went everywhere with us.
Were you guys now dating at this point? Or
we
just
were playing this game, you know?
Yeah,
it was like a forget-me-not kind of thing. And so we didn't really like...
we're not dating, but we do live in a van
But
together.
we're living and sleeping in the same van.
Yeah.
And like, that's my dog, but it's our dog now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like...
Wait, Sean or Scout?
Scout.
Okay. I was like, you're claiming Sean as your dog now?
No,
that's hilarious.
No, we kicked him out after a while.
Okay, that makes sense.
Scout got to stay. So, yeah, it just, and then, you know, we, as couples do, we went through our, you know, exploration of, you're not really my boyfriend. And I'm like, yes, you are. And eventually it happened. But yeah, 14 years, man.
Yeah, dude.
I literally got in the van and never got out. That's pretty much what happened.
I love that. That's so
yeah, and... So, like, you know, and he's got his own thing, too. You know, he does, because, like, he built the stage for Spun Out Fire and kind of was just like, that's just, like, kind of what I want to do. He was like, I just want to be in the entertainment business. So,
yeah.
You know, he took his experience from, like, doing lighting and sound at the Spun Out Fire stage, and now he's the head LD at Headliners. He owns his own staging company called Moat Zoo.
Moat Zoo. Shout out.
Shout out Moat Zoo. He does all kinds of events from festivals to small like conferences and stuff. So I'm so proud of him. He's just he owns all his own equipment. Like he's done an amazing thing.
And he's so creative and so talented and like, man, I really like that guy.
Yeah,
I hope he knows that.
He's mad decent.
Yeah.
He's super mad decent.
Super mad decent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, honestly, like I owe a lot of my success in my business to him because like when I was doing the bleach dye thing, like when I was first starting, right? Like I had my bolt stencil, but I was like, man, people really like the Flower of Life. Like I guess I'll do that. And like I just had one. And he was like, man, I think it'd be really cool if you did like the whole shirt like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, damn. And like so he really like he has been such a support to me, like not only not making me hitchhike home.
Sure.
from day one. We started there. And then, you know, kind of just like being this like voice of like, you can do it. Cause sometimes you need that. Like just like a push of just like guidance and support of just like, I believe in you. And he really did believe in me. And like, it catapulted me in so many ways. Like having a support system, like everybody needs a Momo.
Yes, everybody needs a Moat Zoo.
Everybody needs a Momo and a Moat Zoo.
And a Momo. Is that your nickname for him, a Momo?
Yeah, Momo. But you know, he inspired me to do the first full pattern t-shirt for Sean and Blake. And now I do full pattern hoodies and full pattern this and that. And you know, like, so he's my rock.
Dude,
sure.
I love that. You guys are such a great couple. You're power couple.
Power couple is
seriously.
Yeah.
Both, because like he's worked for himself
the whole time too.
Yeah, very long. Is he the same age?
He's 35.
35. Okay, a couple years older. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
his whole life. I mean, like he's just like. I mean, I think that's why we got along so well. Is because you know neither of us had to go to a 9-to-5. We didn't. You know, we could just be like, you know, I feel like going over here today.
And y'all are doing, at least at the beginning, we're doing things that you could do at the same festivals. Mm-hmm. You know? So it was like, not only, even if we are doing different things at those festivals,
because like
we're going to the same
like,
place.
It started out with Spun Out Fire, we're putting on a show, and we're running this booth. And so like we were together doing that. And then now, in our mature festival days, like I'm running a booth and he's running the sound stage.
Right.
So like we're pretty close in proximity still, but we're just doing our own thing now, which has been so healthy. Like, you know, just because we fought a lot during Spun Out Fire. We had like opposing opinions and like I'm like I want to do my thing, you want to do your thing, and we've always just done our own thing. And so now that we're doing our own thing, a lot less arguments. It's pretty nice.
Well, and I mean, they are stressful moments too. Like you'd probably be arguing with anyone else in that same position,
right? Because it's you're building something.
Were you guys able to like, were there any struggles that you had with like taking the disconnect of the arguments at work home? Like, were you good at like?
Oh no, I mean like
it's hard to separate.
It's really hard, especially like for our life, like our life was our job. Like,
right.
you know, we were like, it just revolved around it, because it's like, you know, we have to rest for 3 days before we get to the next festival. We have to make sure that we set it up right. Do we get all the pieces to the dome? Do we have everything we need? Like, do we have enough gas? Like, do we have like enough people to put on this show? Like, there was like so many moving parts, and like, you know, Mo and Kyle and I and like a couple other people were very much like the solid, you know, 5, 6 of us or whatever. But yeah, it was really hard to kind of like leave that at work, so to speak, you know,
totally.
because it's like you come home, you're all exhausted from being at a festival for 4 days, and you're
right.
still mad about Friday, you know,
right.
because you couldn't talk about it because you're at the festival. And it's just like, so yeah, it's really hard to, you know, separate. Like, I'm not mad at you anymore. Actually, I am, because you did do that, or I did do that, or like I felt this way. And so it did take a lot of practice to like, you know, and it helps that we don't work in the same line of work anymore, you know?
Yes,
like,
yes.
We're not trying to build the same thing on top of each other. Like, he's building his thing, and I can support him in that, and I'm building mine, and he can support me in that.
Well, when you work for yourself, too, you don't ever really have a clock in, clock out. So right. It's almost like, unless you do draw that hard boundary, mm-hmm. which sometimes...
That's hard.
It's sometimes, not only is it difficult, always, mm-hmm. a lot of times I feel like at the beginning stages it's unrealistic. You need to be on the clock all the time, because you know, I wish there was 28 hours in a day just so that I could get a little bit more done.
Yeah, like the hustle culture, like it's real, you know. It's so real. And like, you know, it's almost like if you're not dirt tired at the end of the day, like, did you even work? You know? Right. And it's like, that's kind of like not, I don't love that, but I mean, I fall into it so hard because like I'm a busybody, I'm a workaholic. Like, I almost, like, if I'm sitting on the couch, I'm like full of guilt of like,
same, dude.
You know, just like, what could I be doing right now? Like, why am I being so lazy? And it's just like, bitch, you just did like 20 things a day. Like, why are you like, and it's just like hard to give yourself that, because like if you're doing it on your own, like for yourself, you don't have anyone to be accountable to, you know. Right. You literally have to do it yourself, and you have to be the same voice in your head that's like, get up, go, like, get up and do the thing. And it's like, and like I struggle with that still, of just, you know, like, not only the state of the economy, but it's just like, man, like you really gotta push yourself to make money if you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know, you're missing things most of the time. Like, like, did you post that thing? Did you send that email? Did you like hit up your tax guy? Like, did you know, there's so much that goes into it. So it's like, doing it by, like, having a team was nice, but like also you get in fights, you argue, 100%, you know. And like I've just found the working solo dolo,
being able to work through it though is a strong thing. Like, fights are not
almost essential.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you just gotta
beef it out a little bit.
Beef it out a little bit, but being able to resolve it and you know,
that's the important thing.
You know, not only humble yourself, but be patient and understanding, and hear the other person, and then allow yourself to be heard. And you know,
as much as you gotta like advocate for your points of view, you also need to be open enough to know that you can be wrong. Yeah. And like to hear other people's points of view too, you know, because like at the end of the day, that's what makes a great collaboration, is you're actually collaborating. You know, collaborating. Right. Not just being like, I'm right and you're wrong.
Exactly. And collaboration is difficult because there often are different visions, or like, you know, different pathways to achieve the same vision. And, you know, it's not always easy. No. And it does sometimes mean people getting their feelings hurt, or having to just eventually like,
or, you know, like, be cool with being wrong sometimes.
Yeah, dude. I love when I'm proved wrong.
Yeah.
I always speak like I think I'm right, because I think that's why I feel the need to say it. Mm-hmm. But if you prove that I'm wrong, like,
then
I'm so happy you proved that wrong, and I'm happy we didn't listen to me. You know, I thought I was right. That's why I said something. But
and that's just like having an open mind, you know, like just like being willing to hear it. You know, some people are so stubborn. Like, I'm pretty stubborn. Like, I'm stubborn as hell. But you know, if you right, you right though.
If you right, you right though.
You right, you right.
Yeah, and I might be like about it, but it's fine.
I'm not embarrassed. You are.
I'll still be happy. I'll still be happy that, like, you know, we didn't do the wrong thing. I guess.
For sure.
And do you think that so like working for yourself since you were 18, is that, I'm assuming now being a real estate agent as well,
Yeah.
I'm guessing that is a job where you're pretty much...
Yeah.
Are you through an agency or are you just...
so...
And that's still, you're still pretty much...
I'm still basically a sole proprietor.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was going with the whole, like, the vending thing. Because, like, you know, you vend all summer and then, you know, I felt immature in my bleach dyeing. I was like, is this really it? And so I was taking into consideration, like, winters are hard for a vendor because there's no markets, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, what am I going to do to not struggle this winter? Like, I'm so sick of struggling. I know I can do more. Like, what am I going to do? And, you know, I've always been selling stuff. I mean, selling shirts, selling fire performances, selling this, selling that. And it's just like, I could sell houses. And, like, Mo, again, was another was, like, the voice of, like, why don't you just get your real estate license? And, like, you know, like, so again, that's him, like, putting his faith in me and just being like, I believe in you, dude. Just go for it.
And he's like finding things that, or like, he's like trying to support you to do something that is kind of in line with what you already do.
Yeah, because,
like,
you know, he
upping
knows
that
me.
level.
Yeah, he knows me well enough because, you know, like, when I came to him being like, man, I'm really, like, I really feel like I'm sick of struggling. Like, I want to do, like, I think I want to go back and get another waitressing job or something. And he was like, don't go backwards. Because I've been a waitress before, and, you know, and so that was what he said to me is, like, don't go backwards. Like, if you want something better, go forward. Like, you know, pick something different. And, you know, it took me a while. I was, like, really thinking about it. Like, what does going forward look like? You know, like, I don't know. Like, I knew I could make money making tips as a waitress. Like, that was a, you know, reliable thing. Like, it wasn't
personable.
Scary. You know, it wasn't scary.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, he's like the whole real estate thing. And I had thought of it before because it's like, man, that's a great hustle. Like, that's you know what I mean? Like, keep you busy. You know, you get to be with people. Because that was another thing. Like, running Tawny Blake by myself as a people person, so lonely.
Yeah.
Like,
I totally got an email from you while you were at my house. I did.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious. So lonely, though. So it's like, you know, when sparking the idea of, like, getting my real estate license was like, man, okay, like, I could be a problem solver. I get to be with people again. Yeah. And I
get to see a bunch of cool houses.
I love looking at houses. Yeah. And I love just, like, seeing what people did with the place, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's kind of my favorite part. But it was just like, damn, like, that's a great idea. And so the lady that sold me my house, she was my next door neighbor going up to my dad. Like, my dad's next door neighbor. So I called her up. I was like, hey, can we just have, like, a meeting? Like, I just want to come and, like, ask you, like, what your day-to-day is like being a realtor, like, and see if that is something that aligns with, like, what I want. And sure enough, you know, she had me in there, and she's no bullshit. She's like...
Who is this again?
Her name is Sarah Carpenter.
Okay.
She's my mentor. And
your mentor? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
She's my mentor at Schuler Bauer, which
How did you know her beforehand?
She's my dad's neighbor.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah. So
sweet.
Growing up, her parents owned the house next door, and then she took it over after they passed.
She's like your age.
She's a little older than me.
Sure.
She has 3 kids.
Okay.
I think she has...
Plenty of people our age,
or maybe more than. Yeah. I know, right? I'm like, she has more than 3. I don't even know. I know she has 3 daughters. I think she has some sons too. But when we moved back from Michigan, she was the one that was like, she was like, you want to buy a house? We're gonna do it. And I mean, she is no bullshit, man. She's like, we go see houses. She tells you straight up how it's gonna be. She gives you your expectations right away. And we found our house like really fast, and we found it. It was during COVID too, so it was like a crazy time for real estate, apparently. Like, I wasn't a realtor back then, so I had no idea, but apparently it was crazy.
It was like going up, right?
Oh my god, like,
or interest rates were going up or something.
Well, it was like, they call it the unicorn years because, you know, there was so many buyers out there that, like, you had, like, people were losing contracts left and right, but you were also getting such low prices on stuff. Like, so people were just buying everything up. It was crazy.
But then people would, like, offer a bid higher than yours,
and then you'd lose, and then you have to start all over. And like, as a realtor now, like, God, that sucks, you know what I mean? And especially if like your client like falls in love, you know, and you have to be like, sorry, you don't get to have it. And
no, that
like,
does suck, dude.
But you know, I you know, I liked what she had to say at our meeting, and you know, she hooked me up with some online classes. And I just got right to work. I got right to work. I finished my classes in 6 months, and then I passed all my tests the first try, which was I shocked myself. I came out of the building downtown. I've like busted down onto the ground, bawling my eyes out. I couldn't believe that I could like do something like that. You know what I mean?
You ace it first time.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, as a person that like I have homeless gas jugging to spinning fire at festivals to just being like this like vagabond, just this crazy person, you know, that really just kind of living outside.
And now I'm a real estate agent.
What? Like it was just kind of like it was just so like, it's just crazy, right?
I remember, so it's been really fun to see like how you've grown as a realtor, because do you remember I think it was your first open house that you did right down the street. Yeah. It was like super close. Elizabeth and I came. Yeah, we walked. Like I saw your post and I was like, dude, so sweet. I was like, dude, that's like a 10-minute walk. Yeah. Like, you want to go? And she was like, yeah, let's do it. And it was just us and you, and like that was honestly better for us too. I mean, obviously
it was better for me too, because like God, like because you know, being fresh out, I didn't know how to dress.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You were like super insecure about, like, not insecure, but you were like, I don't feel like I'm dressed right. Yeah. Like I don't really know, and like you were like struggling. How do you find yourself in this professional energy? Yeah. How do you meet this professional world with the Jenna style?
With the, like, trying to be authentic, right?
With trying to be authentic. Like, not changing who you are, but, like, meeting...
God, it was so awkward. The first year was so awkward, because it's, like, I'm trying to, like, fit this mold, right, of what I think people want. Yeah. And, like, you know, what I think people want to see as a professional person. And, you know, like, my dad was like, you're going to have to cut your hair. You're going to have to get a whole new wardrobe. Oh, no, I'm not. And, you know, at first I was like, oh, shit. Like, am I even going to, like, be able to do this? Like, with the way that I look and, like, who I am as a person? Like, I really had a lot of doubts. Because... How
many friends do you have that own houses? Plenty.
Plenty.
How many people do you know that don't own houses?
Plenty.
I would much rather buy a house through you... Yeah. A real person than that person with the suit and tie that's got their like
their briefcase.
I don't know. Yeah, just like I don't like that. Like, not to judge, but like, you know, there's a certain type of person that I'm just like, douche.
You're Chad for sure.
You're Chad for sure. Yeah, and like, I don't want to buy a house from you. Like, you're making me uncomfortable.
Like, buying a house is such a big deal, and it's like usually the biggest purchase in somebody's life. So it's like, that's my first thing, because I always, when I meet people that are interested in buying or selling, you know, I'm like, just meet me and try me out. Like, this is not you're not married to me. Like,
you haven't signed me over. You haven't signed me over.
I just want you to meet me and feel me out, and like see how we vibe. And like, if we don't vibe, I'm okay with that. Like, I'll refer you to someone I think you might vibe with better.
I probably don't want to be your realtor anyway.
Yeah. And it's just like, so it's like, and normally 9 times out of 10, it's like, we vibe just fine.
Sure. You know? Yeah, because,
And it's like, so for the first year, like, even going to the office, I was like going through all my clothes, like, oh my God, like, nothing is working. Like, one of those days, nothing works. And it's like, I just end up just trying way too hard, looking really weird and awkward, because these are not the clothes that I feel comfortable in and not the clothes that I would wear normally. And it's just like, you know, trying to hide my dreads, hide my tattoos, hide like all the things. And I kind of got met with like how I was feeling is kind of how I got met.
Yeah, dude, the energy you put out is received and often matched.
Instead of like, you know, I'm kind of high energy. I'm kind of bouncy. Like, when I meet people, it's like, hey, what's up? Tell me everything. Like, tell me everything. I was not really getting met with that at first. And like, so I kind of struggled a little bit, because it's like, I first of all, I feel weird. I feel weird because I look weird. I mean, I look weird regardless, but it's like, I feel like I look weird.
Yeah. You're not dressed how you feel. You don't feel comfortable how you're presenting yourself.
And so, you know, I would do these showings and I'd do these open houses. I'd wear the slacks and like the button up, and like I'd pull my hair back, do my makeup. But then as I started like having more of my friends become clients, so the mask can come off, you know what I mean? So the mask can come off. I can be who I am because I'm just with my friends.
And now you can experiment with style and...
Right. And then I come to find out, now, instead of wearing slacks, I'm putting on my Carhartts and my boots. And if it's cold outside, I'm putting my bibs on, because A, I'm going in the crawl space. I'm going in.
When you're showing the clients.
Yes, I'm going in because that's my favorite part.
Yeah,
like,
dude. Go hang out with the bugs.
Go hang out with the bugs and like go see like what's sketchy and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's like fun for me to like. It's like one of those exploratory things where it's like, ooh, what secrets do we have down here?
Totally.
And more times than not, like on reviews and stuff, sometimes the first thing people say like, she went in the crawl space. And it's like, so yeah, I'm not going to dress up for that. I'm not going to dress up because if I have an opportunity to dig deeper into a house to see if there's like red flags, because, you know, some agents go in there and they're like, oh my God, just look at yourself in this kitchen. You could like do all these things. And I'm like, I'm opening up the sinks and like smelling down there and being like, it smells like mold. We hate it. Or like, looking at the ceiling and being like, stains. Oh my God. And
there
like,
must be a leak. Yeah.
I'm a red flagger. Cause like that's, to me, that's my job is to talk you off a hill of like, cause like pretty much when we go look at something, I bet you're going to fall in love, especially if it's something you picked out. So it's like my job to me is to be like the voice of reason.
Which is honestly, that's what you want from a realtor, not the one that's like, no, you should buy it. Just buy it. Just buy it. Just buy it.
Just buy it. And there's so many of that. Like there is plenty of that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And like I guess like my whole thing isn't about the paycheck. It's about like getting you into your, because like I'm all about chapters, right? Like I've had many chapters. Like it's all about getting you to your next chapter because it's such a big one. Buying a house is such a big deal, especially if you're like a first time home buyer. And it's like this chapter could set the stage for like the rest of your life. Like, you know, it could go really well, or you could get into like a really little stinker house that like ends up being a financial burden and like all this stuff. So it's
you're not trying to throw diesel into anyone's gas jug.
No.
Like, you know, you're not, you're like not trying to break down the system.
Like, if anything, I'm like holding you back while you're trying to run. Because and like not in a negative way, but just in a way of like, are you sure? Like, can you, because like, it's not my job to tell you yes or no. Like, you get to choose, right? I just want to make sure that you saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's...
You see that?
That's
like,
great.
Like, you know, like, you're going to have to deal with that later. And, like, so... Because, like, a lot of the... Like, I learned so much when I bought my house. And, like, you know, my HVAC went out in 6 months. Like, it was such a bitch. And it's just, like... But that just happens. Like, no inspection... Like, of course, like, every inspection you get is going to say stuff. But it can't predict the unpredictable, you know?
Did you have a home warranty when you bought the house?
No.
Did you buy one?
Because it was that crazy COVID year. So it's like that was part of the way that we made our offer stronger.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
So my real estate office, that I'll leave their name out because we're promoting, you know.
Julie Bauer.
But, you know, but my real estate office, I don't know if they do this for everyone, but Elizabeth also has known them since she was a kid. But they gifted us a year of home warranty.
That's awesome.
And at the end of that year, I almost didn't. We hadn't used it. We didn't need it, and I almost didn't renew it. But then, like, our car got hit by an uninsured driver, and I could not fathom the thought of like taking this like younger, she was probably like 23-year-old girl who didn't have insurance, taking her to court and making her pay me, I don't know, $150 a month until like the damages. Like
that would be rough.
Please, I hope
if
she's out there, she hears this, I hope you got insurance. That's I hope you I didn't sue you.
Yeah.
Go get insurance, please. Sure. But so that happened. And it, like, really set us back. And then, like, our cat died.
Oh, my God.
And, like, I just literally, I was like, I can't stand the thought, like, if something goes wrong and, like, I've got to, like, I'm trying to buy a car.
Right.
And, like, I can't deal with this right now. Like, I can't deal with this. And, like, I renewed it. Yeah. And, like, 11 days later, my washer went out.
See?
And like I paid $100.
Like your little deductible or whatever?
So it's like that happened. Yeah, my deductible. But then my fridge went out in the same week.
Oh man.
And they included it as the same claim, so I only had to pay the $100 once.
That's awesome.
And then they repaired my washer and gave me like $1,000 for a new fridge.
Yeah, home warranties are so great. People sleep on them. Don't sleep on them, people. Get your home warranty.
Dude, a couple months later, the bottom of my water heater rusted out.
Dude,
and like
see?
I had to pay like $500, I think.
Yeah, the water heaters are a little bit more like.
Dude, it would have cost me like $1,800.
Oh,
like,
these days,
and I paid
more.
$500.
Yeah.
Like, and we didn't use it last year. At all, but I still renewed it again for this year because I was
you learned your lesson once. Like if you don't have it and you get
and it's just like it's way more likely that I'm gonna save that $80 a month if I just give it to them, and it is like a thing that it covers wear and tear. Yeah, that's like what it's there for. Where regular insurance does not.
They only cover like accidents.
Oh yeah, I was a property adjuster for a while.
Oh, so you know.
Worst job of my life.
So you're like you're like a soul.
Can you
like
imagine me being a what? No. Yeah, no, I wasn't soulless. That was the thing.
It probably hurt your feelings.
I would be like low key to tears at the thought of like telling this old lady that like we can't fix. There's no like.
Yeah.
And it was stuff too that it was like there were times I was able to like dig deeper and find stuff to get things that people I was told to deny the claim, and I found the reason to not deny it.
Good.
But those like twice.
Yeah.
In a year. And
it's not easy, man.
It's hard, dude. Yeah. And then like they throw so much work on your plate too that like those times that I was able to find that was at the beginning. Right. And then once I was ramped up to full production or whatever.
You didn't have time to like do that extra research.
There were times my phone, I would need to make like 5 phone calls.
Yeah.
Plus write my estimates and do a bunch of paperwork and all that. But I needed to make 5 phone calls at some point throughout the day. And I was never able to make the call because my phone never stopped ringing.
Damn. Did that kind of make you feel like you weren't like giving enough to these clients? Like did it make you feel bad?
Yeah. Like no, like when I quit, there were a lot of unfinished, unresolved claims, and like it was covered,
that didn't sit well
dude.
With you, huh?
I mean, it was also just like a huge weight off my shoulders because like I needed these people to have somebody who like. I was dealing with like getting the value of this like autographed Les Paul and like bro, it was a lot.
So you're like not only you're like taking people's like prized possessions.
Like, because they were destroyed. Yeah. And like I would have to like get the value, and then like there'd be times where like
it just wasn't
the value that they saw it at wasn't, and I'm like, look, bro, like I tried to get you as much money as possible. I tried to get you $500.
Doing that job,
dude,
man.
it was
I could not
awful.
see it.
It was like literally, I thought I could be the good guy.
Yeah.
I thought I could be the light in people's day, and when I was like, it's not that I wasn't ever.
Yeah.
But I had no control over whether or not I was a positive or a negative in someone's life.
Right. Because at the end of the day, you still have a job you have to do.
Yeah. And, like, I mean, like, if I just approved everything, one, I was still, like, new, so all my stuff was, in a year, they still got people double checking.
Right.
You don't have full access to just write checks.
Yeah.
Like, I still wrote the checks, but I had to be approved to write that check.
Man, if you could have stuck out just a little longer.
Yeah.
You could have been the Robin Hood.
Dude, I wonder if they could have like held me liable for that if I just like wrote a bunch of fat checks. Bum, 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 bum.
I'm sure companies like that are just like passing out money. They gotta have like stops and checks, and I'm sure they have like their own insurance and things like that. Bitch, you going to jail. You writing the wrong checks.
Dude,
you know?
Yeah, no, probably. Like, I would have never either, because like that's still dishonest. Like,
yeah, that ain't your vibe.
No, it's not my vibe. I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be honest, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And unfortunately, that includes honesty towards the correct insurance company.
Too.
Because,
yeah.
You know, whatever.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, like, and I mean, that's just, you can't, like, damn your character, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and that's, I guess that's just something, like, when you work, like, I've quit places where I'm just like, this is just not who I am.
No. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I worked at a hookah bar for a while.
Really?
It was so trash. It was like I was like still kind of in high school, like right out of like I think I was 18. This was right before I
right before you left. Yeah.
And
was it Cafe 360?
No, it
Thank
was
God.
on Hill Street.
Oh, I know exactly. I had no idea. Prince, yes.
Prince Hookah Lounge.
Prince.
Oh, it was a crazy time over there.
I never actually went inside, but I was very familiar with it.
We used to make these hookahs out of fruit. It was pretty sick. Like, that was the only... I really did not love that job. It was just a placeholder. But we would make these hookahs out of fruit. Like, we would, like, carve out a watermelon.
Oh.
And we would use that as the base. And then you'd put the thing in it. And then, like, the bowl that you'd put the stuff, we would do, like, oranges. Or, like, it was all fruit. It was kind of fun. It was pretty cool.
Was that something that you, like, y'all sold that? Or that was something that the employees were doing?
No, we sold that. Like,
Sick.
that was, like, part of the thing. And, like I remember they, like, made me a manager. And I was like, why? And I, like, was not manager
I
material.
clearly cannot trust you as an establishment.
I was like,
if you're
look,
making
y'all got
manager.
a deep fryer back there and way too much frozen mozzarella sticks. I'm hungry always. So, yeah, that didn't last very long.
When I was in the kitchen at Against the Grain, my nickname was Snacks. Because, like, people would walk back there and I was always, like, munching on something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Snacks is a good nickname. Yeah. So then what? We did hookah. Where are we?
Well, I was going to ask, like, do you see yourself continuing both the real estate and Ton and Blick?
Yeah.
Like,
I think so.
Yeah. Have you faced any challenges doing both?
I've had to choose a couple times.
Yeah.
It's really
like
tough.
As far as like choose between working a festival or like having a vendor booth or yeah.
And I've come to find that like I probably could like make it in a way that I don't have to choose. But I'm just, like, so hands-on with my clients.
Right.
That, like, I want to be there always. And so there have been times where, like, I've had to, like, cancel an event because, like, there's a closing. Like, those are so important to me. Because it's, like, we made it, you know? Yeah. And it's, like, I don't want to miss that.
Yeah, you got to be there for the close.
You got to be there for that. And so...
take that picture with the big key.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah, I have many. And it's funny because, like, I have a closing coming up on tomorrow. And it's my best friend actually. She asked me to be a realtor, and so
who's it?
Ava.
Oh yeah, duh.
Ava. Yeah, we're closing on her house tomorrow.
Congrats, Ava.
And she was like, I don't want to take a closing picture with the key, and I was like, fine. But
that's hilarious.
I will, however, be requesting a picture of y'all at the house. You know,
that's
so
fair.
like I'm gonna get my picture, damn it! Like that's really all I want out of this whole transaction.
You should Photoshop in a big key.
A big key. Sold.
At least just to show her and be like, what do you think?
But yeah, I mean, and so, and it's funny because like working with friends again, it's just so great because like I'm not gonna dress up for closing tomorrow.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know, it's been so like. Real estate has changed my life.
Does it make you feel like a boss, too, whenever you walk out of that mortgage and they're all dressed in their suits and tie and you're like, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, maybe not so much. It just makes me, it just like, I don't even know how to describe the feeling of, I guess it's kind of like a.
I can make it. I don't have to be somebody else.
I don't have to fake it.
I don't have to fake it. And not that they're faking it. Like, some people, that's how they feel comfortable.
Yeah, and that's just their authentic professionalism.
Exactly. Like, if I'm meeting somebody in a suit and they seem like a genuine, transparent, honest person, then, like, no judgment. It's the person in the suit that, like, seems like they're doing it to try to...
I mean, you kind of wear confidence like a hat. So it's like, if your hat don't fit, then you're not going to be very confident. And and like Sarah Carpenter, my mentor, you know, so we have these accountability meetings every week at our office. And it's great because like we get people that have been in the office for like 50 or like been a realtor for like 50 years. And then we got people like me who's been there for 3 years. And like we got people even less, and like, you know, all over the board. And we just sit down and we talk about like what we're going through and like what our clients are going through. And like we get, you know, different perspectives from our colleagues and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, there's this one guy named Terry, and, like, we always give him shit because he's like, he's not on social media a lot, but we're, like, kind of, like, trying to push him into social media. And, like, you know, I remember we were having a conversation because I was kind of, like, dogging on ChatGPT a little bit, and he was like, don't fall behind. And like we listen to Terry because, you know, Terry, he tells me, he's like, I remember when we would just have an office in the neighborhood and people would just walk up to the office and be like, I want to sell my house, and bippity bang, there we go, we're selling a house. And like now it's different. Now you have to be a content creator.
Right.
And like all this shit, and poor Terry, he's like trying to keep up, and like me and him were talking about ChatGPT, and he was like, take it from me, don't fall behind.
Dude, so like somebody said that to me about ChatGPT.
I don't even know.
Yeah, you know, the annoying robot that people be loving too much.
Yeah, I don't love it.
I don't love it either. Somebody did tell me not to fall behind. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. But how I experimented with using it is like my first episode of the podcast. Mm-hmm. I'm like trying to come up with questions and everything, and
I can see how that could be useful.
Yeah, so every time, well, I didn't use it to come up with the questions. Yeah. What I did was every time I thought of a question, I wrote it down into my note.
Got it.
And then I asked ChatGPT to organize it in a way that makes sense and flows naturally.
Yeah.
Because, like, there were questions that obviously should go towards the beginning. Mm-hmm. And it did that.
So it's almost like a personal assistant.
Yeah, but I really don't. I don't want to encourage. I'm like trying very hard to encourage supporting a real person and not a robot.
Okay, here's my take on it. My take on the whole AI thing. Like, technology has catapulted us into things that maybe cavemen never thought were possible, right? Yeah. So like technology is cool and useful, and like we should explore those options. But like in my head, like for example, phones, Google, it's made us so like compliant to just pull out the phone and look at something.
Boom.
Right? So to me, I'm like, you know, I was always thinking like it'd be really cool if AI and stuff like that could be used like in the medical field to like help find cures and like help give patients better like experiences and like, you know, better care and stuff like that. And then I got to thinking like, well, you know, if we're using these like AI generation tools to like diagnose people or like give us like a care plan, what if the freaking electrical grid collapses? Boom. And now all of our doctors are stupid and they don't know what they're doing because they've been relying on these systems to tell them the answers for so long. Like, yeah, sure, you like went to school to like do it, but like practice makes perfect, right? And all that.
Totally. And like, well, like a thing that I worry about is, you know, if everybody uses AI to answer their questions, eventually it's going to take the individual opinion and perspective out, and everyone's going to have like this hive mind that thinks the way ChatGPT thinks and not the way that they think.
Yeah.
And then you lose that creativity and that play.
Right.
Like, and don't forget to play. Don't forget to think.
Or don't forget to be a skeptic either.
Don't forget to be a skeptic.
Question everything. Like, question everything. And like, just because someone told you it's true doesn't mean they're right. You know? And it's like, you know, of course, like, don't just distrust everything. But it's like, you know, like there's certain things where it's like, if someone tells you something and you're like, go fucking find out for yourself. Like, get your own answers. And like, you know, Mo is one person that talks a lot to me about that. Is just like, don't just believe somebody. You know, like, don't just believe them blindly. Like, and like with the whole chat thing, it's like you just assume that it's giving you the right answer, right?
Right.
But it's not always right.
Sure. Facts.
Because like, you know, like I guess,
dude, the AI overview. Like, you can Google things like, is it safe for my dog to eat this? And it'll say yes. And then you can ask, is it dangerous for my dog to eat this? And it'll say yes. Yeah. It's happened to me before where it's given me yeses. And I'm like, I know for a fact this is wrong. So I'm going to like scroll down and I'm like, yeah, no, see, like it's wrong.
But then there's like also like everybody's like personal chat, right? Because it's like your chat thing, bot, whatever. It's like it's like trained on your voice and like what you're interested in. So it's like, you know,
like learns your algorithm. Yeah. Or like it builds an algorithm based on you.
Yeah, on like your interests. So, you know, sometimes if I'm having trouble like putting together like a listing description, like I'm like, I want it to say this, but I don't know how to make it sound the way I want it to sound. Like sometimes I'll like throw it through chat and just be like, revise this for me. I never like I don't want to use it as like
I don't want it to generate ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it to generate my ideas or like, but I think there is a useful way to use it. But especially whenever it comes to certain things, I think if you can find an individual
right.
to provide that service or
help you
advise
get those
or
answers.
collab with or trade even,
Right.
you know? Like if you're someone who does really awesome shirts, do you ever trade? Do you like to trade?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I'd be
Trades
all
are
the
awesome.
time.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you know, obviously work within your means, don't go broke,
Right.
but also don't trust the robot.
Yeah, don't trust the robot. It's not always right. And it's like, you know, it's like literally training itself to tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So it's like, even
yes,
you know,
it does.
So it's like if you're like asking it opinions about like political stuff, it's only going to feed you like the stuff that you already believe in, right? It's not going to give you like opposing ideas to consider. It's just going to be
I'm so
like,
over the algorithm.
It's going to be like, you're so right. You're so right for thinking that way, and here's why. And then it's just gonna, you know, it's never really giving you another point of thought. Like, you can't really ask it, like, what do you think about this? It's just gonna tell you what you think.
Yeah, it's gonna gas you.
At least that's my belief. I don't think
you're wrong.
Much.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to get left behind, but I'm also not trying to like.
I want to be knowledgeable and educated enough to use it and know what it is.
Yeah.
But I also want to keep it at a distance.
It's like a tool in the back pocket.
Yeah.
It's like a back pocket tool.
I want to know how to use it so I don't get left behind, but I also
I still want to use my brain.
Yeah.
For stuff.
Yeah.
And like that's what I think, that's like my biggest, that's why I bring up the whole like hospital thing. It's like, you know, you got these big brains out here studying for years and taking all the tests just to be able to be in that position. And then they don't use their brains anymore, and it's just like we need them big brains to like be doing big brain shit, you know.
Somebody's running at me with a baseball bat. Should I hit him? Should I defend myself, ChatGPT?
That sounds like a great question.
That's a great question. Well, let's look at the potential knocked out.
Yeah.
So if people want to buy your clothes, is there a way to do that online?
Yeah.
Not just festivals and vendors.
Festivals.
Okay.
I have an Etsy shop.
Okay, Etsy.
Etsy, like I've had for a long time, and it's all right. But if you really want to shop, go to my website.
You have a website.
I have a website, and everything there, it's separated into two categories: made to order or ready to ship.
www.tannenblickdesigns.com. And I'll put that up on the screen for people to see.
Yeah, it's a German word. Sorry, y'all.
Tannenblick.
It's hard. We're stuck with it, though.
I love it.
So, yeah, Tannenblick Designs is my website.
Yes.
I also have a drop coming up on the 14th. It's brand new. It's called the Flow Collection. And what makes this collection really cool is the fabric.
Yes.
It's a bio-based viscose. So it is like the bark of bamboo, basically shaved down into like really tiny fibers. And so these fibers are super soft, and they can stretch up to 60%. So it's all a one size fits most. So I don't have to have like 6 of one thing of every size. So like this one item can fit like an extra small to an XL or a 2XL,
but it's
depending.
skin tight.
Not necessarily.
Oh well, I guess it depends.
Know?
Yeah.
It depends on like what the item is, because like
fair.
Like for example, like one of them, there are these backless cowl neck shirts. So like it's like a lot of fabric right here, right? But it's all backless, and like it's like a band around there. Yeah. So it's like they're kind of ready for summer.
Yes.
And then I've been working a lot this year on the real estate stuff, so posting on Instagram and shit kind of like fell on the wayside. So I decided with this drop that I was going to do everything brand new, not just the material, but the patterns too.
Yeah.
And I kind of was taking inspiration from like 70s poster art.
Yes.
And Alfonso Munca.
Oh, I cannot wait to see this.
He's my favorite artist ever. And I love just the dynamic of, like thick lines and thin lines and like, feather, like just, I love, if you guys don't know about Alfonso Munca, look him up.
Yes.
He's awesome. So that's kind of where I'm taking my inspiration from this time.
Cool. Dude, I cannot wait to see the work. What is your favorite festival?
Damn.
That happens.
That's still happening
today. Yeah, that's still happening.
That's tough, man, because like a lot of my favorite ones don't happen anymore.
Yeah, not to vend at. Let's take vending out of the equation. If you were to just go as a person.
Dark Star Jubilee.
Dark Star Jubilee. All right. Mm-hmm. Sick. Where is that? What is it?
Dark Star Jubilee is in Ohio at Legend Valley.
Ooh.
It's where Mo and I fell in love.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's a festival for deadheads, and I'm very much that.
Oh,
so.
That sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
I've not looked at any of the sets, like set lists, but I've been... I just like love me some dinosaur crap.
Yeah.
And like the Lost Lands... I think it looks like a blast. Is that fun? Have you been?
I've not been, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, no.
Because the music is... Okay,
no hate. I was afraid of that.
No hate on EDM. Y'all got your thing. You vibing. You go.
I'm trying to dance like this, not like this.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. Like, I'm very much a bluegrass girl.
Me too.
So it's like when I get, like, and I'm down with EDM music. Like,
sure.
It's fine. But, like...
multiple days
4
of that.
days and like then you got the renegade people at their campsites that brought all of their own speakers and they're playing the stuff at the 6 a.m. and the things and the whatnot and you don't get no sleep and everything. It's rough.
No, dude, that makes sense. And like I feel like I was kind of getting that vibe, which I was like, I don't know.
I've not been there. I bet it's a blast.
I'm sure.
I bet it's a blast. I prefer smaller festivals.
I think even in just theory, I think small festivals are just...
they're just funner. Like everybody's like hanging out and like playing. It's not so serious, you know? Like, but Jubilee, man, that's always been like Spun Out Fire was hired to perform there for years.
Sweet.
So I got to perform there for years. Like Mo and Kyle got to perform on stage with Dark Star Orchestra.
Oh, cool.
A lot of firsts happened there.
Yeah.
Me and Mo fell in love. So yeah, I think that's my favorite. And then like Terrapin Hill venue, they don't have festivals anymore, but man, when they did, like they taught me who I was as a person. Like they gave me the space to explore who I am and didn't make me feel weird about it. So like that's
Sick.
like one of my favorite places. But Dark Star Jubilee is like one of my favorite festivals for sure.
Sick. Well, I love that. Did you have any questions for me today? Anything you wanted to talk about?
Man, we talked about so much.
I know we really did.
Yeah, I really feel like we had a good flow. Like I really wanted to talk about the AI thing a little bit. And we did that.
Oh, cool.
I wanted to talk about like, supporting small businesses because I really feel like that's kind of like what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, so like what is your goal for this podcast? Like what do you want to see happen?
Yeah, so it started with interview podcasts that I had listened to. I really enjoyed the transparency and the genuinity that I felt like I was getting from not famous people being interviewed.
Okay.
Like not even like masters of anything. Just cool, unique people that you would never, know otherwise. And I found them like way more enjoyable to listen to, just like hearing like the real person. And then I had wanted to start a podcast for like years. I was living out of a van and I was living out of a car at the start and very, nomad bouncing around. So like, it just wasn't really that much of an option. And then been home for 3 years and I was just kind of like, I started like just feeling it again. And then honestly, I learned how affordable the equipment was. I spent $300 and I got the mics and this thing that is an audio interface and it records everything. So I was like, $300. I got $300.
Hell
yeah. I got $300. I can do that. My cousin gave me this light, which has been, I don't know what I was gonna do. I was just gonna like grab as many, like I have a bunch of lamps downstairs. I was just gonna, line up a bunch of lamps and hope for the best.
Right.
That'd be so funny to think about, like walking up here and I'm just like poop poop.
Honestly, it would be a vibe.
It would be a vibe. Actually,
be a vibe.
Maybe I'll switch that. Maybe that'll be a change in the
set.
You
can have both,
But I was like looking at it, like I had no expectation for it to make money, and it doesn't make like I've not even aired an episode yet.
Yeah.
So, like, there is no expectation for it to make money. And I kind of came at it with the approach of, worst case scenario is I get to spend a couple hours with someone I already enjoy talking to.
Yeah.
Or I get to spend a couple of hours with someone I've been wanting to get to know better.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, like if that's the worst case scenario,
then you're doing pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good,
so,
and there's
next question.
nothing to worry about. Yeah.
So now that you've discovered like how capable you are, like you're able to do this.
Yeah.
Like, and you like to travel. Like, do you think that you would ever take your equipment and kind of hit the road?
You know, I was actually thinking about this during this episode.
Okay.
And I do think that there is the potential for that. I think that if I was moving on to a more nomadic phase, I would definitely bring this. And I don't even know what that would look like.
Yeah.
I imagine myself posting up at a national park.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like hanging out and hiking and climbing and going to the local bars, going to the local restaurants and meeting cool people. Yeah. And I meet somebody and I'm like, you want to come talk into a microphone for a couple hours and like preparing questions. And it is kind of interesting, the preparing of questions, because these aren't famous people. Like I can't Google their Wikipedia and like ask questions about things that I know about them. Like someone that I don't know very well.
How do you know what to ask them?
How do you know what to ask them? Where do we go? What do we talk about? Yeah. So it's like, which inspires me to like I gotta build a relationship with somebody that I know, like, or like, it's just interesting. So and I am just such a friend to everyone already. So it's like, there have been weeks where schedule conflicts and stuff like that happen. But I feel like I will always have someone to come on the show.
And so I guess with that, like with like kind of interviewing strangers, like, are you kind of like mentally preparing yourself for these like maybe off the wall responses? Like, how are you training your responses?
I will say that I don't know how comfortable I feel doing like complete strangers, like someone that I just like met out in public randomly, like bringing them into my house.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know them, and like anyone that would like give such an off the wall response that I'd be like, "Whoa, brother!
How do I respond?
You realize where you are right now?" Like, I don't foresee that happening, or if it is, it's someone that I already know and
maybe have like have practice with responses.
Well, and like I'll tell, like it's someone that I still know and probably have said to them before. Yeah. The fuck you just say? Right. You know? Yeah. So like,
I just know because sometimes when people say something like so like sometimes it's hard, especially.
Are you thinking like offensive, like
maybe offensive or just like crazy, or like you didn't expect that, or like like. Are you like working on preparing yourself for these like random circumstances that are probably gonna come up, right? Because like
I'm trying to just like give my genuine response to everything, and I've got enough faith in myself to not to like respond to respond appropriately, or at least if it is inappropriate, with a way that I'm comfortable still putting out in the world. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
because I could totally see you like van lifing it up and like like having like a little coffee table and just being like a sign that says, "What do you want to talk about?" Yeah. You know, like I could totally see you doing that because you are so personable.
Totally. You know? I'm a friend to everyone. I make friends everywhere I go. Yeah. And this thing also runs on 2 AA batteries. And it actually has a pretty solid battery life.
That's what's up.
It's pretty freaking cool.
So you could like talk to people for like ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I do so as I'm seeing this grow, and it's funny because, again, I haven't released an episode, but I'm personally feeling, like, momentum and feeling good about it. Like, not even in, like, a making money kind of way. Yeah. I was actually talking to my barber about this the other day of like, I don't, I like at best I would like to get a local sponsorship at some point, but I don't even know what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously there'll be some sort of like relationship there,
Yeah.
but like I don't even know how much money to ask for. If somebody's like, "Hey, can I be a sponsor? Here's $100." I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah. I mean, like you could almost
like,
even like be
why not?
like because if you're gonna go do like small business things, like
Yeah.
you know, you could. Ooh, I just had like a brain blast.
Ooh, ooh.
Like what if you're doing like a small business for like a bakery or like a restaurant or something, and you like had them bring some food, and you guys had like a taste test.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Because there's so many good restaurants here in Louisville.
Oh my god,
so many. Or you could be like, I could bring my podcast to you or your new restaurant.
There is thought for that. I do think I'll try to get more established here before I go out.
I'm just out here like
the only thing is just, it is like it's a lot. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because I say that, I don't want to give too many spoilers because we're actually struggling to find a venue, and I don't know if this episode will come out before we need to record. Mm-hmm. So maybe I will.
But room for growth.
Maybe I'm going to go ahead and say it. So my third episode, hopefully dropping soon, because I told you I'm going to release 3 at once. I think. Is a friend of mine, met as he was a regular at the bar I was working at the time, and him and his husband both were regulars. Had come in and drink their wet martinis.
Nice.
And he's an author, and he is a semi-retired historian.
Ooh, interesting. I bet he's cool to talk to.
Oh, he is just such a fun guy. Like I'm bummed about not working at the place I'm at anymore. Or like I'm currently in between jobs. But I just like miss, and we're maintaining the relationship, and we're planning. So he approached to me the concept of this spinoff, and the name is A Bartender and a Historian Walk into a Podcast.
Ooh.
So it's like the whole perspective of like I'll be on the bar side.
Yeah.
He'll be on the customer side, like normal.
The stool side.
And we'll have our little frame. And the first episode, like he's a historian, and he does have like one of his books is about American holidays.
Nice.
So he already has like a good foundation for that. They're not all going to be holiday related, but with Easter coming up, he was going to talk about kind of like the history of Easter, and then go into the history of egg white cocktails. And then there's also like banter, and then like I'll make an egg white cocktail, and we'll drink that. And then it's like the whole thing of, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but you know, it has its twists and its turns and its banter, and it's fun. And I bought lapel mics the same day I got let go. Actually, like an hour before an hour before I received a text message that I was no longer employed. I just bought like $90 headphones, or microphones. It's okay. I was like, I can return them, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
You're gonna need them.
It was $90. That $90 isn't gonna make me pay my bills.
No, probably not.
If
you can eat your ramen this week, it's okay,
bro. I've like been in like vacation mode. I mean, like not really.
I ain't got to go to work. I ain't got no job.
I've been chilling.
Yeah,
I'm not too worried about it. I got a lead on a place that I think would be really cool to work at.
Hell yeah.
And I want to go talk to him, and I just haven't decided if like, what if he's like, can you start tomorrow? And then I'm like, do I want to though?
I mean, shit, why not?
Well, I mean, I would maybe start tomorrow, but I need off on Saturday because I got an interview on here. I'm interviewing someone on here.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think I am going to go talk to the guy soon. Maybe I'll do it tonight.
I mean, it seems like with what you're doing, the more people you talk to, the better, right?
Yeah.
Just like open opportunities.
Yeah.
Open doors.
Well, and that's what the beauty of being a bartender is
you see so many people.
I think next week is whenever he told me he's available, so I need to message him or at least check our text messages, because he said in 2 weeks I'll have a more open schedule. He is a doctor. He's a primary or a resident doctor at the University of Louisville Hospital, and he also does stand-up comedy throughout the city.
Like, I love that.
Bro.
I love that.
Like, I cannot wait. And, like, he's got such good energy. What up, Vish? Can't wait to have you on.
Yeah.
I'm super excited because he's just a cool guy. He seems like a really cool guy. It's like, I know him much less than I know other regulars, but every time I see him, it's always a great experience.
Good banter.
And he seems like a fun guy to talk to.
So how are we going to be able to see these podcasts?
So I'm going to have it on, at minimum, it'll be on YouTube, and it will also be on Spotify.
Awesome.
I think the host, so there's like this whole like podcast host. So basically all of your streaming platforms don't actually store the information. They borrow it from the host. Oh. So it's actually kind of like a good thing. From how I understand it, and I'm pretty sure the host that I have will be able to distribute to all of the sources.
Nice.
Not all of the sources are compatible with video.
Yeah.
So like there's the potential that like Apple Podcast or whatever will only be audio. But I'm not sure yet, actually. But I know Spotify.
So you're just like kind of working out the kinks.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that like I could figure out more, but I figured once I post it, then I'll get the answer. Yeah. I'll get the answer, and if it's only on Spotify, it's only on Spotify, and I can try to change that later. But it will for sure be on Spotify. It will for sure be on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
Exactly what I'm saying is the name. Yeah, so I'm really stoked too. But this was so much fun. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I think we hit all the things.
Yeah.
For real.
Thank you so much for coming on. Like this really was a blast.
Yeah, this was good. Good stuff.
Heck yeah. Peace.
Peace.